Hey everybody, how you doing? Man, chat is hopping already. We got a full house tonight, and hopefully more to come. Yeah, thanks for coming. It's gonna be shit show on many levels. We'll just get it out of the way. Get that first cuss
It
word out of
it
the way,
has
right?
been since this morning when I
Yeah.
shared that thread that set you off and
I'm
said,
just trying to play
now we have a
Zelda,
live
man. Like,
stream.
leave me alone. But real quick, just want to say hi, thank you, Aldan, as always, for being here. All hail the Lord Dragon, of course. Notorial, of course, is here. Jacob, how you doing? Whisker Fisherman, my first Asherman, always loyal. Thank you for being here, Kevin Adams, and Trip is in the house. And yeah, hopefully more to come. But yeah, basically, I mean, we'll get. I guess we'll get that out of the way real quick. Just I know you have the thing
Oh
you
yeah.
texted me this morning, and I was ready to explode all freaking morning because it just sort of set me off, and that's sort of what led us down sort of the speculation uh, road for what might happen. There's going to be quite a bit of probably videos coming from me here because I got a whole bunch of things rolling around in my head. But first, hold on. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I am sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. The panel, the lovely panel, whatever nerd Vereen Alporial is
No,
right next to me. Oh,
Nerdvaren. Life is very fun with
so you like
Nerdvaren for
trees?
friends.
Wait, where are the
Prophet,
trees?
you're a Nerdvaren. Nathan, you're a Nerdvaren. Salty,
Oh,
Pips,
Nerd
Alex, you
Varens.
guys
Well,
are
I
all
guess we're
Nerdvaren.
all
Lady
Nerd
B,
Varens. Okay,
everyone
yeah.
in the chat, you guys are all Nerdvaren.
Everybody is one.
A
Right?
word I created because I just thought of it myself. I
If
don't
you try, if you want it bad enough, you can be Taviran too, right? Everybody's a Taviran, right? It doesn't
Not if
matter.
you're
Right.
white. Not if you're white and
Well, yeah,
straight.
they just send that Taviran off to like a street and like
Yeah.
to go do race car movies while they do other thing. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. So welcome, whatever nerd Varan Alporial. Thanks for being here. A fresh reader's perspective on this garbage is always good. So thank you,
5
sir.
chapters left of The Dragon Reborn.
Woohoo! I'll try to hope, man. Hopefully we don't. We might have to. We have to maybe do some earmuffs during this. Not because of the show, but because of what is not going to be in the show. But yeah. So
I did it last time. I'll do it this time.
yes, sir. So and of course, after right next to them, Alex and the beautiful Lady Balefire. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Yeah,
Thanks for the invite.
think you're a
Lady
bit
B.
under the weather, but
Oh no, I don't like
we were
hearing that.
traveling and got a little sick, so
Oh man. Well, I don't know that this is. Well, maybe it is the medicine because we'll laugh some, but I don't know
laughter's
being.
a good medicine.
I don't know about talking about Wheel of Time TV shows going to help anybody. Maybe. Well, I guess venting, right? So, but I'm sorry you're feeling bad, Alex. You doing all right?
Yeah, a little under the weather, but bouncing back.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you're bouncing back. So, we're gonna have to talk lasso sometimes because I'm depressed. But we'll talk about that later. Not the time or place, but and then the bearded one himself, Man of Manethrin. How you doing, buddy?
Living the dream. It's been a busy, hectic day, but
You made it.
so like I haven't been able to actually read all the stuff that Corey was texting earlier. So
It's a lot.
This is I'm gonna be blindsided by all this nonsense
Hey,
crap.
Dovey.
Oh man, well, I mean, it's only really one thing that set me off, but it was it was a doozy for me. And Notorial went down a rabbit hole too, looking at comments of
Good.
some YouTube videos,
Good.
which was cool. But yeah, and then here's the man that salty travel and see the man that made me explode here. But how you doing?
I'm all right. It wasn't my intent. I just saw this
I
and
know.
I could not believe what I read. And we talked about it actually on the phone that there's no rationality in these statements we're about to look at. And these are from shill fan sites for what Rafe Judkins did. And yeah, so once you guys see them out there, please put your reactions in chat because I would like to know if they upset you or make your brain explode as much as Steve's.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess who? Well, I'm gonna bring it up here. I don't think. So it is a Twitter post, right? Obviously, but
Yeah,
we have unraveling the pattern, which is in that one group of we'll just put them in the we'll put them in the Dragon Mount group, who should be kicking and screaming about how bad this show is, but they don't. and then you have the self-proclaimed person that knows nothing about the books but says she does, that responds to him because she's reading some other book series apparently. But
Why don't
this
we
is-
read? Why don't we
Yeah,
read it
yeah,
out loud?
yeah.
You take one part, somebody else take another. For those watching on mobile,
Oh, I
phone,
can
you
do a.
probably can't
Can I
see
do
it.
a Sarah voice? Like
Sarah
Avienda? I can do a Sarah voice.
Steve,
I'll do the
everybody
Sarah
wants you
voice.
to hear your best trainee voice possible.
Oh, I
Oh
have a good one.
Jesus!
I have a
Yeah,
good one.
pretend like you're a mannequin at Target, Steve.
Notorio, read the top for me, man.
Unraveling the pattern. That's fair. Season 1 had some setbacks. I appreciate all the post-mortem transparency. Season 2 is understandably going to be different from the books in order to align with TSR later, Shadow Rising. But I feel like season 3 really has to knock it out of the park. I remember The Last Strike killing good shows.
So, should we go on to the response before we unpack that fucking bullshit that just came out there? Like,
I'm taking this as another big channel, Unraveling the Pattern.
not really. No, there. Like, that's the thing. There are no big Wheel of Time channels. There aren't.
Yeah, Dragon Mount was only 6.5K.
There are no big Wheel of Time channels. The ones that should be big aren't because they shill,
It's true.
and they never grew because they just. The biggest Wheel of Time coverage comes from Daniel Green. I think that's fair, everybody. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's where most of the Wheel of Time coverage comes from. But
That's where most places got their start.
yeah, I mean, Dragon Mount should be big, but it's not because they just. I mean, look, I said it to you today. Dragon Mount is still probably the best place to get a lot of your Wheel of Time information. It's just the other stuff is all garbage. It's like any of their YouTube stuff, any of their, a lot of the personal stuff is just it's no good. But
what happens when you can't decide on your pronouns.
Well,
to say that season 1 had some setbacks, I think is basically like trying to. I think it's a lie. Season 2 is understandably going to be different from the books in order to align with a later book.
So
I misunderstand that?
So that is the biggest huff of copium in this whole fucking thing. To think that they're going to get anywhere close to the Shadow Rising is just you're on another planet. Like, there is no fucking way they're doing anything to like, that's the big lie right now. Okay, so how many lies have they told, right? And I'm not going to go on a rant because it's going to save it later, but how many lies? We're following the books, now we're going to bring it back in line to line it up with the Shadow Rising. We're writing a show for freaking about the Dragon Reborn and the Great Hunt. That's just off the top of my head. There's a million lies. There's too many characters. We can't cast enough people, but we'll cast 18,000 people and announce it on.
Here's extra number 5 this week.
Exactly right. Exactly, lady, you freaking nailed it. It's like, oh hey, we have another casting announcement. Here's 15 more people that don't matter. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what the frick is going on, right? It's like, but we can't get her in there. We can't get anybody. We can't, it took us a whole season to get Bail Domon in there. Anybody that's important, we can't get in there because we can't cast enough people. So it's like, it's just, the copium is flowing. And real quick, I don't want to miss it. Mags, thank you for the dancing Chiba Inu with the hearts for $2. Thank you. And Doviande Setovius again, my man. All the Wheel of Time tubers are shills is what his member chat for.
It's true.
10 months, 2 months away from Calendar. Look at that. And Calendar, what's a Calendar? Sorry. But yeah, it's just copium. I mean, and Lady B nailed it. Like, that's exactly what I was thinking right on that comment right there.
Look at Thumb Maryland.
Oh, go
Let
ahead.
me take Tom Maryland, then you take Alex. Tom Maryland says the casting announcements are literally the thing I care least about. Well, you're not wrong there, and that's all they've been giving us. Look who we're casting. They were born here. They have sex with this kind of a person. Like, literally. That's what they're selling. And he says, I might get more excited about a totally new showrunner and writing team being announced.
Yeah, that might move the dial. But go ahead, Alex. What were you gonna say?
I said the choice of what I'm assuming is supposed to be post-mortem here. Like, first of all, nice typo. Like I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that's a typo, and not that he just doesn't know what that word is. But also the implication that the show is dead because
Yeah,
this is for somebody that's saying they like it too, right?
yes. This is positive. This is positive reaction to the show as a whole. This.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
These are the exact same people that if you were to have said season 1 isn't very good, or season 1 had some setbacks, if you'd have said that a year ago, they would have been jumping down your throat.
Oh yeah.
But now, all of a sudden, some setbacks is now acceptable commentary on the show. Seems like there's been a shift in the dichotomy of what's acceptable and what isn't.
Post-mortem, like it's like was that like a I don't know, like what the hell happened? It's like that it's not a typo, it's just him like forgetting that he's typing on Twitter and not to his chum and being like, oh shoot, I screwed up, I said post-mortem on Twitter.
It's waking up the morning after. It's 3 a.m. You've had too many shots of tequila. You thought you went home with an 8. Surprise, it's a 3. And now you've got to live with the decisions that you've made. And in this case, if we continue the next sentence, again, season 2 is understandably going to be different from the books in order to align with another book. But they feel like season 3...
Like
season 3 is the one that really has to be good when 2 hasn't even been released yet. Am I misunderstanding this?
It's like the new like flavor of we're just waiting for it to get good.
Yeah, they know
when she gets out of rehab. Yeah, when she gets out of rehab and out of prison for trying to kill me, she's gonna be the best girlfriend ever. That's the same type of shit behind this.
It's a clear indication that because season 2 has taken so long and they've had no news, everybody with just a modicum of intelligence understands that season 2 is going to suck a dick.
Yeah, that's Big it right there. Well, and what you were talking, I know I was talking to Napoleon about just like season 3 so far. Like I know there's this thing about season 3s. Were we talking about it, like Picard and all that? Like that season 3 seemed to be like this mythical like death knell or good series, or it's like I don't understand it. It's like season 1 and 2 are garbage, so who cares about season 3?
Yeah, I mean, basically, they're saying that by the time you've gone through one divorce and then a second really acrimonious one, the third's gonna stick. That's really what this is, because if you look at season 1, how could you stay married to that? How could you be in love with that? Season 2 has not come out yet. I could be entirely wrong. Could be the greatest thing ever. Could be the most faithful adaptation we've ever seen. Okay. Rand, the boys could all be redeemed. Do I think it's going to happen? No.
Well, no. They put themselves in this position too. That's the thing that's the number one thing is just like, we have to make lots of changes for all the fuck ups we did in season 1. So we have to make more changes in season 2 to get back to where we should be on season 3 at the Shadow Rising. Does that sound like a load of bullshit to anybody else?
I don't believe any of that, because remember the small changes that they said were coming in season 1. Rafe Judkins says, well, we have to age the characters up. We have to do this. We have to make Egwene and Rand have sex in Egwene's parents, in. We have to do all of these things. You didn't. They said it wasn't going to change the story. It did. And look where we ended up in episode 8 with Egwene having the ability to raise the dead with no training at all.
Sounds familiar.
Does
Starts
it?
with isn't there a movie? Isn't there like a movie that starts with Star that was recently made, and they made their main character like
Dude, I need to do a Ray
perform
Palpatine,
miraculous
a
feats?
Gawain Alvear fight, don't I? Who's gonna win? It will. They'll everybody else will die, and they'll be left standing. The world will perish around them. It'll
Sounds
just
like
be
a
them
new
win.
intro for your
Join
show.
teams and defeat the patriarchy.
Yeah, there you go. But I mean, just so I mean, yeah, we don't have to like. What a statement, and that's from a show, like that's a shill YouTube channel, straight up, like, it just is. And then this person, season. I can't even do the voice. Season.
I'll do it.
I can't even fucking do it.
Season 1 had its challenges. Season 2 must gird the loins big time for book to show changes. However, aside from that, it's a really excellent season of television. Whatever else, I am certain everything is going to be okay.
Just lie back. Let it happen. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Here's a roofie. Watch the show.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. I'm drinking something.
So what did we have to do for the season 1 changes, since that's all there were?
I don't have to gird shit. If you call it an adaptation, the burden is on you, the adapter. We are merely the audience. Now, if the audience doesn't buy what you're selling, whether it be a product or the show, the problem is not that we're all racist and misogynist and we don't appreciate the genius of Rafe Judkins. I'm not accepting
that's completely
that
separate issue.
I read this as okay. We have season 1 sucked. Okay, this is how I read it. Season 1 sucked. Season 2 fans, which there are none left because nobody cares about this show, must gird their whatever big time
loins
for the book to show changes, which means we've completely ignored the books because that's what we did in season 1, and why would we change? Aside from that, it's a really good TV show. So aside from it not being the adaptation of the thing we said it was, it's good. You should watch it. You should like it. Who cares if it's named Wheel of Time and it doesn't have anything to do with Wheel of Time? We introduced a guy named Bob, and he is the Uber Dragon. So the Uber Dragon trumps the Dragon Reborn, and that's like, and the rest of the plot revolves around the Uber Dragon who shits out swords of crystal, and that's it. It's like what are we talking about?
I like the implication.
What was the name of that warrior that Land pinched his nipples for? What was his name?
What? What? Oh God, I forgot his name.
Steppen Fetch it, yes.
Steppen, yeah. Where we pissed away an entire episode in an 8-episode season that was supposed to be about the Eye of the World, and it wasn't at all. To have the nipple pinching mortar funeral scene.
So do you think they're going to follow? I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but do you think they're going to follow up that episode? Like maybe we'll find out he had an ex-boyfriend or something, and.
Oh, if you think Steppen's gone, you haven't paid attention. There's going to be some bullshit with Steppen later. Like he's probably going to be in a flashback or something too. It's like, why is what? Just like the whole I know Alex came. I think it was Alex that said that the new spring thing. But if they do the new spring thing, Steppen's going to just like come out of an inn drunk and hug Moraine and be like, Moraine, I you remember when we tried to sleep together and my weeder didn't work because I like boys.
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck?
When Lan and Steppen de-Peter. Yeah,
exactly,
that was
right?
So I hope we get that scene.
I like the implication in this tweet too, guys, that like season 2 is gonna be even worse than season 1. Because if if season 1 had challenges and season 2 fans are really, really going to have to work to like this thing. But it's okay because season 3 is going to be worth it. Okay,
well, if it's dead according to the shill, how much worse can it get?
Yeah,
it's dead.
How can it be a good TV show? Sorry, Nathan, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. I guarantee you we will see the same tweet change the numbers from season 1 to season 2 and season 2 to season 3. We will see this tweet again next year or before in 2 years when before they release season 3 while they're making season 5 and 6.
I am certain everything is going to be okay.
Do you know
Why
what
the fuck do I trust anything you have to say?
This is what you say to a child when you're on a plane that's wings have been torn off and is crashing to the ground. You literally tell them a lie because you want the last few minutes of their life to not be fear, utter terror. And that's what this is. Everything's going to be okay. The house is burning down. It's full of zombies. It's going to be okay. Bullshit. It stopped being okay in episode 3 of season 1. It never even got 10 miles close to the word okay. Seriously.
All right. I'm going to make a poll because Dempsey asked a good question. Which scene is cringier? The foot scene or the nipple twist?
The foot scene, easily. The foot scene.
Is it
Tarantino? No.
Is Tarantino in this?
No, the nipple twist. The
nipple twist. That was funny. I thought the foot was just ugh. Like there's nothing funny about that.
The funny thing is everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hail to Ahmad the First or Ahmad One who's in the chat. Kevin Adams, Dempsey is here. Of course, we've got Trip and Jaden Hamilton comes in hot as a pistol going, hello. It's great to see everybody. Then we have somebody called the White Cloaks. I don't know. Do you guys know who those people are? Should I
don't see any White Cloaks. I don't even
never heard of them. Sounds like an asshole.
Oh.
Like an opinion then. Nice.
Yeah. If we missed you in chat, just put capital letters, say my name if you're into that type of thing. Thanks everybody for being here. Please hit that thumbs up button. Also, what do you think of this statement? Are we reading too much into this? Are we being delusional? Or do you think that this is as absurd and insane as it looks? Because this, to me, I saw this and I had to walk away for a while and reread these sentences to try and put them together. Now, Nathan and Alex and Lady B, looking at this briefly, I mean, are we overreacting or is this just beyond copium?
So this whole thing, when you sit there and you read both of these statements, they're saying season 1 sucks, season 2 is going to suck worse. So they haven't produced anything of any good value at all, but it's going to be okay. Well, what's the track record? What track record are you going to do you have to sit there and say it's going to be okay? There's absolutely no common sense or no cohesive language used in either of these tweets to sit there and say that these people know what the hell to do with the English language.
Well, you're correct because it's not the English language. This is corporatese 101. I mean, you can literally, put one of these into a Google translator and this reads, season 1 had some setbacks means season 1 is trash. I appreciate all the postmortem transparency means thank you for the access that you gave us, even if season 1 was trash. Literally the entire sentence means different things if you just understand that language. And we on this panel and the people in the chat are smart enough to know that. The people that like this show, either because they have an IQ of 72 or because they are politically necessitated to like this show, do not understand that translation.
Agreed. This is corporate speak. This is what you'd hear at the end of a failed quarter when everybody's getting let go. And yes, we're going to have to go a different direction than we originally thought, which is translation for all the executives get to stay and everybody who actually does the work is gone because we're bringing in somebody else, an offshore team to save money. That's what this is. It is double speak.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to add the anything with step in thing, so I just couldn't resist.
I'm the only one that voted for the foot. Jeez, thanks.
No,
chat.
I did.
I thought the foot was pretty bad. I remember screamed about to Alex.
Thank you.
It was like even like
Cute.
it was literally like you're like sitting there. I remember the foot scene, not to get off track too, because we're sitting there watching. It's like, okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's like, oh, what is going on?
And isn't
what is happening with the feet?
No.
Yeah, I will say
That's
I
the funny
comfortably
thing.
voted for Lan's nipples because the point of the foot scene was to make everybody super uncomfortable and to make her super humiliated. And it 100% accomplished both of those things. The the Lan nipples scene was supposed to make you like Lan and like admire his sensitive side, and it did not do that even remotely.
No,
because he's not
It-
sensitive. I mean, he's
He was like, "Ah."
there was so much violated. I mean, at that point in the show, none of us believed we were ever going to see anything remotely close to Robert Jordan's world. But at that, it's like Rafe Judkins was like, how can I deconstruct every single organization or fraternity or brotherhood or group in Robert Jordan's world? You know, let's have the Aes Sedai come and hang out in the private warder space, you know, for a made-up warder. And it's
Wait,
hold on. I have Trip is calling it out here. See, Trip pays attention. So she sees the connection, right? So Moraine and Lan had to have a breastfeeding emotional connection that they can no longer have now that she's cut off from the source in season 2. So I mean, I think that could probably lead us to this track. It's amazing how much you can get from just one ridiculously stupid tweet. That's part of the reason we're here. Sorry, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Solomon?
I was just going to say, you know, they were cut off also when not Moiraine was getting it on with not Suan while they were doing this in the imaginary hut of Lesbos.
Yes, but don't forget.
Which, again, not part of the books at all.
The synopsis says now that, like, oh my god, like, have you seen the synopsis? For part of the synopsis for this is Moraine is officially well, we don't know if she's actually stilled or not, but I think that's what they're trying to allude to. So she's either stilled or permanently shielded. So she's now lost that. So now her and Lan can't be best bros and homies. I know. It's like, what does that have to do with anything?
But they're exploiting
What's the
that.
point?
Go ahead, Lady B.
I just don't understand the point. Like, how does that do anything for the plot of this show? Like, why is that a huge deal? I mean, it's so obvious they're gonna make her the like main character of the show, but like, why?
Well, I think that's a good place to sort of start, like, because I sort of like, we're sort of speculating here. I didn't really have a format here, but I think that's because just because I think just us talking here, I think I already know what's going to happen, because we've seen some scenes, right? We know she's going to Carhian, right? We already know. I don't think it's even up for debate that she's stealing all of Tom's scenes. She's going to steal all of Tom's work in Carhian, and she is going to be neck deep in Deus Daemar. Bad Deus Daemar. They're going to try and do Deus Daemar, and it's going to be the most retarded things that we ever have seen on television. And she's going to be terrible at it. And you know what Lan's part of the series is going to be? Running after her and saying it's okay that you don't have the one power anymore. I still love you as a buddy. That at least that's what I think is going to happen. I think Lan is going to be running after her.
I think. Remember what Rafe Judkins said, that if you want to take this picture, we have yet another picture of her in a bathtub, because we have to continue that bullshit from season 1. Okay.
Oh,
I wonder if she's recording right during this bathtub. I wonder if she's recording more Wheel of Time. Unfortunately,
please no.
Yeah, I was looking at this because Trip like did this all a service and watched that Dusty Wheel thing, and she came off and like gave us all the episodes. That's the still images, not these ones, but in the entertainment whatever. Weekly did, and apparently like that Moraine one was from episode 4, and I'm thinking maybe that's this.
Probably. I think you're right.
This was from the season 2 part of the trailer. So I mean, maybe you're right. I just took them vaguely at their word when they said this was part of season 2 as opposed to the brain melting quarter-second flashbacks in season 1. My point with this is that Rafe and other people said there's going to be a love triangle in season 2.
Another one?
Rain.
That's true.
Lan and Nynaeve.
He did say this.
Nynaeve.
Maureen, Lan, and Nynaeve. Like what?
Totally from the books.
Was a lesbian.
I mean, it's totally from the books, right?
What about
it's
Suan?
not like
Why can't it be a square?
What it could be is they could have paper, you could have rock, which is Nynaeve, and then you could have scissors with Moiraine and Suan. It would be perfect, right?
I do have to highlight that. Thank
scissors
God
run a train.
I have to say, thank God they're staying on brand, and she's crying, because 30 minutes of each episode has to have somebody crying in some fashion. Because everybody has to cry. I think we've seen now promotional images of Perrin, Rand, and her all crying. So thank goodness for that.
But this could mean, though, Steve, that she has a penis now. That's why she's crying.
So this is the ability to do magic and gains a penis.
Is that who knows? I mean that he could be onto something here.
I will also.
I heard it from Mike Zero.
Oh, go ahead, Alex.
When I see the Sarah McNamara's picture, the only thing that I see when she says like this will be an excellent season of television is this looks like a person who enjoyed season 7 of The Flash. So her idea of what an excellent season of television is just doesn't in any way correspond to what anybody else thinks is an excellent season of television.
It's true.
Just had to get it out there. I digress.
Alex, do you want to see? Do you want to see what an excellent second season of Wheel of Time looks like?
He's got pillows under there.
It's on the face. Like,
what is wrong with his face?
Here?
I mean, look at all of this.
Wait a second. So what's hold on. Okay, so
this is season 2.
Yes, I know, but we've already so does this lend credence that that's not Loyal with the Shan in that image? Because how that's supposed to be Karahian, like that's the Karahian set.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Isn't this it looks like the Karahian set where in Loyal is with like Perrin at some point. So like how does he end up with how does he end up with Ishmael and freaking Lee Suroth
Maybe
in
he gets
Shan-Chan?
captured and they're using him for some esoteric knowledge he has, because they still haven't explained what Ogier are on the show or what they even do or what Loyal does. Like,
my best guess here is that the Shan-Chan treat Ogiers like they're special and are deserving of worship and loyalty, and therefore they won't kill Loyal. They just treat him as an honored guest. That's what bad television writers do.
So is this them capturing him?
Yes, I'm trying to say this is where they capture Loyal, and then he spends the rest of the show following around Suroth, doing nothing.
So zombie Loyal gets captured after getting saved by a book, and then gets taken to Falme to follow around Shan-Chan and tell them about trees.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Just
Now,
making sure.
if we wanted to give the actor the benefit of the doubt, this could be a behind the scenes of his reaction to reading what his character actually does in the books.
Yeah, I believe that.
I believe that too. I like that. I like that too.
There's like 3 minimum wage warehouse workers pulling on that rope, dragging him back to set.
He's like, no more pillows. No more pillows. I'm big enough.
I also think you got to remember this show was written over two and a half years ago. It's been in the can and done for over a year. So we are going to see messaging from mostly peaceful protest peak by larger mansions in this show. Don't think this imagery isn't meant to evoke that George guy or other stuff that was part of the popular narrative that was used for all of this stuff. I'm convinced of that. This is like 12 years in Ogier. That's the way this looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my God. You got Brian with that one. You got your point with that one. You got him. He broke him. You broke him. I love it.
I broke their tutorial.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
So I guess the question so how do you want to do this? Do you want to go character by character and make some hot predictions, or do you want to go episode by episode since we have a guess at episode names? What do you guys think? I'm open to either.
Names, and then we can maybe go character by character with that as guidance.
Okay, episode. So as far as we know now, of course, the foreign names are weird and different. Pips. The whole episode 7, according to what was that, India, is about Pips apparently, right? Was that India, the list you sent me? So Pips is episode 7 is called Horses, so it's an all Pips all the time episode, which would probably be better than what we'd get originally.
I
but
think it's about all the ugly ass, old, mannish looking Aes Sedai that look like horses. That's what I think.
But okay, so
I think this is going to be episode 1. I think
so
they're going to start
episode 1 is widely and it is going to be called, of course, A Taste of Solitude. There is no argument. Everybody has been quite clear. I think it's actually on Amazon right now, being listed as A Taste of Solitude.
To be the spine of the world or the waist or whatever.
I don't know if it's the waist, but spine of the world.
Yeah,
maybe.
you would think.
There is a narrative, and I didn't send it to you. Well, I did. It was what I texted you guys earlier. They're now saying he's at the spine of the world, and that it means it could either go to Carhian or he could go to the Aiel Waste.
Oh, you're being way too generous.
I know. I'm telling you what Jill Media is saying.
Rand's gonna fuck off for 7 episodes and show up at episode 8 and be like, "Oh,
there is evidence for that."
I think that I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's going to happen. But let's. So Naporio, do you think this? So let's. So what do you think possibly is going to happen in episode 1? Just give me since it's fresh in your mind. Dragon Reborn, Great Hunt. What do you think? I guess what do you think they're going to do? Not what, because we all know what you hope is going to happen is definitely not going to happen. So knowing you've seen season 1, where do you think they're going with season 2 and episode 1? A Taste of Solitude. What do you think?
I think they're just gonna. I agree with the sentiment that they're gonna do with Rand what they did, what Mr. Jordan did in the Dragon Reborn. So he's gonna be on his own. Then they're gonna try and look for him. They're not gonna find him. Only difference is instead of being in one side of the world, he's on the other side of the world. So he's probably gonna go to. He's probably going to go to, like you said, Kyrian, or he's going to probably, or they're definitely going to go to Falmade because, we have Sean Chan this season. So he's probably going to find a sword in a stone or
and Merlin will be
Valyrian or a Valyrian style blade because the show likes to copy Game of Thrones. And then he's going to not fight Baal Zaman in the sky. That's actually going to be Egwene and Nynaeve fighting Baal Zaman in the sky, and they're going to cut off his beard for the.
This is all in episode 1. Jesus, what's going to be left?
7 episodes of waste of time.
It makes more sense than what's probably written.
It does.
Okay,
I don't think there's going to be a fight in the sky, but we'll get.
Oh
there.
No.
But yeah. So what do you got, Alex, Lady B? What do you think? Because I think Naporio touched on something that I think is definitely going to happen. But what do you guys think? How do you think we're going to kick off season 2?
I feel like looking at that promo thing, so that Egwene in the her apron thing was supposed to be from season or the episode 1. So I'm thinking they're probably going back to Tar Valon or somewhere. And there's 10 people in that group. So my serious answer is that I think that they're going to split off. Moraine will go to Carrion, and oh god.
So my prediction is A Taste of Solitude is going to refer to both Rand and Moraine. Kaliadar nails it in the chat. Rand will be sulking.
Yes, Kayla Dare. Right on. Cheers.
Sulking, definitely.
Moraine will be sulking, but more artfully, and it'll be more acceptable because she's a woman back in Kyrian.
Yeah.
You were talking about this is the picture you're talking about, right, Lady?
Yeah, that's the picture I was talking about. So I'm thinking they're probably going to somehow go back there, or they'll be on the journey when we meet them again.
Yeah. Well, they have to meet Elaine, who's already I think accepted. I think they're going to skip around they're not going to make any of these women work for anything at all.
Well, why even go to Tar Valon? They already know how to heal the dead. They can just make weaves out of thin air. What's the point of learning?
True.
You know everything.
True, absolutely true. So Nate, where we're going? Because I think Nate, I think Kaliadar and Alex, I think you're spot on. But go ahead. What do you think? Let's add to this.
Yeah, let's add to this. Perrin's going to be walking around wondering how in the hell Loyal is alive, but he's going to wonder about it very quietly and with his mouth open the entire episode.
Good impression. Napoleon's got it.
Yeah,
I don't know
pretty
what you
much.
mean. What happened? I heard flicker, and then everything went black.
You woke up, right? Yeah. Yep.
In terms of Matt, he'll fucking probably wake up drunk somewhere in
Crying.
Tarvalon, and the message will get to the Reds, and they'll start hunting him, and he'll evade them for a little bit, but because he's a man, he'll get caught pretty easily.
Yeah, there's your
Or as
Matt.
I like to call him now, Sad Matt. This will be sad, crying Matt. All he will do is
seriously, yeah, with the French goatee. Good call there.
What's his name in season 1?
Of him getting captured. I think he's just going to wake up in jail.
That's highly possible too. Yeah,
I thought he was going to wake up.
Sometimes
I
it
guess not in
happens.
Tarvalon then. I guess not. No,
Yeah.
because he was cured, right?
But
who knows?
Well-
Did they cure him or did they just suck the goo out of him? I don't know.
Well, remember,
what was
it's not
that?
the dagger that's evil. Matt is evil.
Oh, that's the enemy's right.
right,
That's what Lorraine
so his
said at the
so
end.
Matt's luck will not be his anymore.
luck?
It'll
Yeah.
be anti-luck. So he won't be rolling the dice well at all. He'll lose everything.
There you go.
Or maybe he'll be the source of bad luck for other people.
That could be it too. I think that they're
Yeah,
gonna flip it on his head and make him the most hated character. That I could definitely see that happening.
That I mean, I'm at the point in TDR Dragon Reborn where I just like this character is awesome. Like he
Awesome.
even right like at this point in the story,
Yes.
he outshines Perrin in my opinion. So like it's gonna suck to see this.
So I
I
was
think
gonna
he's gonna
ask you-
hook up with Bail Doman and like try to get the dagger back from. Well, I don't even know who has the dagger. Like Rain has the dagger, right?
Pat and
So can-
Fane has the fucking dagger. How the fuck does Pat and Fane have the dagger already?
Well, he's got the Horn of Alair, and they didn't even get to Tarvalon. So
And
fuck
he
yeah.
stabbed
Does it
Will
take?
with it. How did
He's-
he get it?
he stabbed-
The last person that had it was Moraine, right? Like in their little tea house.
They
there?
they
It's
quite
called
literally
equity.
left it on the
It's called
floor of
equity.
the hotel room.
Yes,
Yes.
she sucked the goo out of the non-evil goo apparently because Matt's
Remember
evil. They
that?
sucked the non-evil goo out of Matt and they left it sitting there on the floor. And Pat and Fane just whistled his way up the stairs and took the dagger.
it's called reparations, Steve. It's called
sorry.
reparations.
Sorry. Because
I don't care. I don't care.
But
Like,
so I
whatever.
think I'm
We live
pretty
in a-
sure you guys have pretty much nailed it. Like Taste of Solitude is obviously Moraine's going to be dealing with and crying a lot about losing her connection with the I almost said true power, but why not? And then she's gonna by the end of the episode, she's gonna decide to fuck off to Carhian because she's no longer Aes Sedai, and she's gonna go back and be a queen regent or some bullshit in Carhian. This is after they all forget Rand exists, and Rand is already fucked off. Rand will probably see 10 minutes of, and then he'll be like, "I'm too dangerous to be around anybody," and then
yeah.
We probably won't see him
Why?
till
Because he literally done nothing in this show. Like he didn't.
because
threaten anyone.
Machin Shin, the psychiatrist, told him so. Okay,
Well, the other thing that's going to happen too is if we think about the Great Hunt and how they go off and use portal stones to catch up to Matt. One of the things that's going to happen is that's only Perrin now out of that group that's going there. So Perrin's going to meet up with Elias Machera. Elias Machera is going to gay sex him into showing him the wolf dream where he can go wolf Hulk on everybody. But he's only going to go in that direction after he sees Lanfear, who turns him gay because she's so hot.
Yeah.
Wow.
And by hot, I mean not hot at all, because the show doesn't know how to do that.
So you think Lanfear is going to go straight after Perrin instead of dealing with Rand at all?
Could be.
Yeah.
I wanted to show this because I'm assuming.
So this will be
is
the
the
cold
big
open
bad.
for episode 1. This will be definitely the cold open for episode 1.
That's
They're
what I'm
all
thinking.
a certain channel's chopping
That's
at
how
the bit
that
for this.
happened.
And I guarantee this scene is going to take about 10 minutes longer than it should. This should be like a 2-minute scene and then done. This is going to be like 15. This is going to be like a 10-15 minute cold open.
So is it supposed to be the prologue? Do you think this is going to be the prologue of the Great Hunt?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
Did we? Kayla Dare says, "What about Faylee? Did we get a casting announcement on her in all of the announcement we got for all the extraneous characters?" Or no?
No, there's a rumor she's been cast for 3.
Okay, well,
I
there you
think
go.
they said she's not in 2.
Yeah. Just like Tom.
Yeah, Tom is dead, so who cares?
Okay, fair.
So they'll announce Fails casting 5 times before the next season's up.
I
yes.
sure hope it's trans representation.
No, that's Gallad. It's all Gallad.
Yeah, that's Transgalacticon. We all know that.
Sorry.
Who do you guys think is the like red person?
I got a question. Aren't there?
Red
I thought
person?
the wheel.
Oh my God.
I thought,
Native
I thought Wheel of
Americans.
Time. they
Is
used,
that what she said? Okay, I
Yeah,
want to.
Wait, I thought they used lanterns in Wheel of Time,
Wait.
not torches for lighting.
They're flashlights. They use flashlights. Yeah.
Flashlights. Oh,
Flashlights.
very nice. You okay? Oh, sorry, I got a coughing 10-year-old over here. So I guess we're sort of hopping on. So apparently, episode 2. Are we all? It's called Daughter of the Night. Are we? Is that really? Like that's so? I guess that's going to be.
Landfear.
I guess sort of not Landfear introduced.
Lanfear.
Yeah, it's gonna have
Bloody
to be.
hands. Do you think she's gonna hatch out of an egg like a freaking xenomorph? Like, or is there gonna be a scene where she reaches out her hand out of the boar and there's some gooey stuff and her hand pops out? It's like and then
Probably
the car.
some
got, like, something
feminist
out of Carrie.
performance art with like menstrual blood or something.
Oh, just like Carrie.
Well, but
Ugh.
do we think the car salesman is going to be sitting there going, "I have a deal for you, Lanfear, half off right now if you drive her off the lot," and she's going to be like, "Who are you?" And he's
Do
going
we
like,
know
I
who
don't know.
she's who
No,
they cast her as?
there's speculation,
So-
but no confirmation.
So we don't know if it's like some sort of Lizzo lookalike that's
Here
going
you
to
go.
hop out of a humongous egg.
Lizzo,
Look, I mean, and Lady B kind of nailed it. I mean, and to
gross.
put this, the scene right before this that they showed in the trailer was the BMW used car salesman guy reaching out to her and looking like the girl from The Ring. And we talked about this before we went live. But yeah, this is going to be your Lanfear. It looks like the chick from The Ring who's having a heavy flow day, you know?
oh shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went
I
looking
think-
for the. Hold on.
Disparu made a pretty good point about this when he was talking about this, and he basically said, we know who the actresses are for this season. The fact that we can't infer who Lanfear is a really bad sign. Like, we should be able to look at the casting sheet and go, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's Lanfear. That's the one."
Most
Yeah.
beautiful
It should be
woman
the
ever.
most beautiful person in the cast, bar none.
Yes, and I would give you about, I'm going to say it's about 70% that it's Natasha O'Keefe as the actress for Lanfear, but that ain't. She's not it. Yeah. She's
Is she a 5? Is she a 5?
I'm
that
trying to
that
find the
looks
one
like
that.
a 7
is.
in the right light? Is that what we're saying?
She is as attractive as Rafe Judkins would allow an actress to be.
Wow.
So
Pretty decent looking
hold
chick,
on.
but she won't be on the show.
So here, hold on, real quick. So I'm going to share this. This was the one that was speculated a long time ago, and correct me if I'm wrong. The one on the right
Yeah, the Irish girl. Yeah, the
was
Irish
the
girl.
one that was speculated as being Lanfear.
I had somebody else, but
No.
Who's the Irish
Uh,
girl? Like, it's
n-
2023. Help me out here.
I was going to say,
Do your
the Irish
homework,
girl is,
lady B.
the darker toned one is the Irish one. At least if we go by this show's logic.
Yeah. So not sure, but it's all over the place. Nobody knows. They'll pat themselves on the back saying they kept a great secret or some bullshit when it's just no. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. Like it's not even gonna be close, and that's a shame because, I don't know. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be bad. Oh my god. Lanfear's gonna have oh god, she's gonna have a cleft lip or something, and like her nose is gonna be broken. And it's just be like, what is?
She'll look like the deformed guy in Mask
Oh my god.
from the 80s.
She'll be the mask. She'll have a green face.
Oh yeah, I was thinking a different movie. It's either that or the one guy from Goonies.
Oh yeah. That's oh boy, Chunk.
No,
Yeah,
I was
that's
right.
Chunk.
She is
The other
cast.
What's that?
She is cast. I saw it 2 years ago. I'll bring it up. Let me share it. Yeah,
I
this
put it in the private
was.
chat.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got the link just to her picture. So, oh Jesus Christ!
Oh Jesus
All right, here we
Christ!
go.
There's no way. I'll bring that up. Like what?
Dude, we talked about this in one of my.
We
live
did.
streams.
No, we did. It's not
Here we
even
go.
close.
Share
No
screen.
way.
Here we go. Hold on. Where the fuck
Oh
is it?
no
Da, da,
way.
da.
Not
Yep.
even close.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's Lanfear. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
even close. Not
Yeah.
even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I mean, she's hot, but she's not Lanfear.
Was it
You know?
on Peaky Blinders?
Sure. Yeah. I think you can see her ass in it too. So yeah.
Not even close.
And Lanfear's supposed to be pretty tall too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what? So were a lot of Aes Sedai in season 1, especially tall and fair and young, and one of them happened to be really short and round and brown because representation matters. You bigots.
That was a funny thing though. There's a lot of actually like chunky Aes Sedai like in the series, but like where were they on screen? I saw
So-
like one big.
So
where-
hold on. So Trip, it's not.
She's
It's
yellow.
not. Sorry, Lady B, not to interrupt. I'm sorry, but
She is beautiful.
she's beautiful.
Yes, she
but she's
is.
not Lanfear. Not
Yeah.
Lanfear is supermodel hot and then better. Like I'm sorry, she just is. Like
Like-
she stops everybody, including women, in their tracks. They go, "Holy
I loved
fuck!"
I loved
Like,
I
I
loved
mean-
Egwene's reaction in Dragon Reborn when she encounters her, like she's like, oh my god, she's living rent free in her head. She feels lesser.
Yeah, it's just she
With-
is another
this-
level.
Yeah, and with this casting, you're still getting the ability to make her look masculine, and that's really what Rafe Judkins wants. Like this is a full length body picture of her because we're going to objectify her because I don't care. And this was her for Peaky Blinders. Okay, now she's tall, she's extraordinarily thin. You know how Hollywood is. She is naked in Peaky Blinders. For those of you who would like to go check that out, I am just providing a public service by saying that. But she's not Lanfear. She's not Lanfear.
That is really ugly dress. I mean, yeah,
Thank you.
not doing her any favors.
But
Al Dan hits it closer to the mark by saying Liz Hurley at her hottest
agreed.
is closer to Lanfear.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I
supermodel
would
hot,
agree.
and then another level, like supermodel hot, then up here, like that.
Yeah, I mean,
like look.
she's a beautiful woman. She's a very classically beautiful woman.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why she was cast is she does have these features, which Rafe Judkins is going to do what he did with all of these women. He's going to make them masculine. He's going to neuter their beauty and ungender the feminine parts of them
The
and
only-
try.
Yeah,
make them
it was
ugly.
like with men. I was like looking up to see if we had any confirmed titles on IMDb, and then looking at the cast, and it's like, wow, she is actually a very beautiful actor.
Yeah,
but
a lot
like,
of them are. Yeah,
holy crap! Like, what did they do to her?
it was like I keep saying
Rose
it, but-
Tico. It's the Rose Tico treatment. That's what they did to her.
Well, I keep saying it like because it just astounded me, but I forgot. I think one of the hype train freaking things they were doing. They had the actress that plays Leanne on, and she looked amazing. And it's just like then you look at her in the show, and it's like her hair's all pulled back and tight, and it's just they do none of their actresses or actors any favors at all. The only thing I say is at least she's pale white. I guess at least and she's tall, so I guess there's two, right? I mean, I don't know. It's the small. If she is Lanfear, that is the smallest problem, like the ittiest bittiest problem that's going to be in this show. Is like if she's the casting, then fine. At least some of her features match. But I don't know. But so I don't know. So gosh. So she's gonna hatch out of an egg,
we
probably.
have the who Robert Jordan envisioned would play these characters, and I just put it in the private chat.
Okay, I got you. Got it. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna share it. Sorry, I'm a little slow on the uptake. There it is. All right. That's the one.
Yep.
Okay.
Catherine Deneuve as a young smoke show.
Mhm.
Like Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of what I envisioned Lanfear would look like, only with dark hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's closer to what I would have assumed too, based on what the book said. I think you could look at a young Helen Mirren. You could look at a lot of those women from the, I would say, early 70s that were very
Yeah.
feminine and had some curves, and they had boobs and like that. And these were really powerful second wave feminist women who were feminine women, not masculine women who masculine looking women with no curves or boobs.
Yeah, Vivian Lee would be a good one, or like Elizabeth Taylor, maybe.
Yeah. A young Kathleen Turner, you know, like that type of a thing. But yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's like it could be her, it could not be. We'll see. I don't know. But
Ingrid
again,
Bergman too.
I think I still think it's like going to be the smallest problem with everything. Probably how she's introduced is going to be a lot worse, since, like Lady B said, it's going to be a whole bunch
there's
of
a lot of problems.
period blood and.
I feel like the
disgusting.
way that they're gonna twist her character is they're going to make like Luz Theron somehow a victimizer to her. Like they're
Yes.
gonna make her a victim of his abuse or something, and that's why she way that is. Like it just seems like we were looking it over because Alex was thinking of doing a video about Lanfear, so we're looking at her background, and it would just be so easy to instead make her an overly ambitious, like pretentious woman, to just turn around and say, oh, she was really smart, but like Luz Theron did not want her to succeed, so she is going to be the victim of this guy who just couldn't get over her and just wanted to possess her and hold her back.
You're probably right, because that dovetails exactly with the first monologue of the first 30 seconds of season 1, where men are to blame, men caused all the problems. I just wanted to bring this up.
Arrogance of men.
The arrogance of men, because there we go. I'm guessing that's Ingtar, and I'm guessing this is the Senshan.
That's
I don't know
Uno.
what the hell's going
That's
on.
Uno,
that's-
Is
Yeah,
that
that's
Uno?
Uno.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I can't see it at this.
Ingtar's crouching behind in one of the other photos, making a
Yeah.
ill-tempered look.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot.
But yeah,
Oh
we
wait, no,
got
that's
Uno in
Messima.
here.
That's not Ingtar. Sorry, that was Messima.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
But we've got all of this random shit like this where we still don't know where they are. Now you're starting to see some green in the back, in addition to it being a desert. So
What's
I
up
don't
with,
know
like
what
the
the hell's
hay
going
freaking
on.
house? I don't know.
Here, like it looks kind of like Southeast Asian kind of.
Yeah.
Who freaking knows? It's Beach Town, USA.
What's on that woman's head? That's what I want to know.
Well,
Why has she got a pacifier? Is this like a 90s rave or something?
it's in her
like that?
nose.
Like,
I think that's a dame.
wait a minute. Is there no collar?
No, there's no
No.
collars. There's ball gags, bro. Get with the program.
It looks like she's got like earrings that look like grapes hanging out of her
I am
nose.
pretty
Is that
sure
a
that
collar?
is. I'm pretty sure that's a dame with. I think the. I don't think they're allowed to talk in this, so they're gagged with whatever that is. That's also a nose piercing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because look at, she's got the sparklies all over her dress, like instead of lightning bolts, it's little sparkles, and I would. This might be episode 3, which is named Dame.
That's what
where
I'm
the Shan Chan unleashed the power of their unleashed their unleashed Aes Sedai, who have been told to shut up and cast.
Oh yeah, the little semen streams from the
yeah, the goo part. Yeah, I remember the
yeah.
goo for when they attacked that poor little girl in the ocean. Yeah,
The
that poor
ocean,
girl.
yeah.
Did she survive?
Hey,
That's
at
what I
least
want to
the,
know.
like spear looks semi accurate. It's got a tassel on it.
It looks like something I'd pull out of a bourbon cocktail, though, Lady B. I mean, where are all the maraschino cherries and oranges on the end of that frilly toothpick? Alex knows what I'm talking about. He's from Wisconsin. Yeah, it's an old-fashioned stir.
Yeah,
I'm also cracking up that apparently the Shan are the Krogan from Mass Effect with that big ugly ass back.
Yes.
I was just about to ask about that.
Why?
And somehow Manlet Uno survived. How did Manlet Uno survive? Didn't he get stabbed by the Fane dagger as well?
Yeah. Where's Anglemar? Maybe he held off most of the army until finally Uno succumbed. Yeah, sure. It's just
probably resurrected by Nynaeve.
it's so hard to try and project where they're going to go with this because we all, by default, can't imagine how you could stray so goddamn far from something that doesn't just needs to be captured and put on the screen. I mean, seriously. And now we've got this, like combining two books, but they're not really doing it.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is even happening here?
Whatever.
Well, there's no practicality in the armor at all. It's like, how do you move in that crap? You know, these people would not be a good
what
fighting
purpose
force.
does that like segmented spine protector serve?
Does he got a baseball bat?
That's what I'm wondering.
Oh my god, it is.
Oh,
It's
baseball
not
bat.
full, Negan.
That's a
Oh my
baseball
God.
bat.
It is a baseball bat. I've looked at it close up. It's a baseball bat with like a gold black electrical tape on it.
Zoom in.
I'll zoom in. Let's
not
do a
even
salty
They
zoom.
couldn't
Hold
take
on.
the end off the baseball bat. They just give him
Oh
an
my
Easter baseball
God.
bat or a Nike baseball bat, and that's
Oh hey,
Holy
look,
shit.
look at that pern behind him.
Holy shit! They
That's
didn't.
loyal?
No,
Yeah,
they
that's
just
fair,
painted
yeah.
it black. They taped they taped 75% of it and then painted it black. That is pathetic.
That is a
I
fucking
think it says Louisville
Slugger.
Slugger that they couldn't get the black spray paint to stick on. Again, the effects for the
funny.
show.
holy shit, bro.
Top notch, dude.
It's a
Okay.
fucking, it's a
So
baseball
like
bat.
Uno gets captured, Will gets captured.
September 1st,
Terry
everybody,
gets
September
captured.
1st.
Like, what's happening here?
So,
wait.
so Megan B makes an
Nessa was
excellent
back
point.
there too, making the
Yeah,
same
it-
look.
So that means that Perrin's group of trying to find the horn
Mhm.
gets captured by the Shanshan.
No, well, just Uno.
Instead of the Wonder
This
Girl.
is where Uno dies again.
Does Perrin have
Are
his
they
mouth
gonna,
open back there?
Are they
Yes,
going
it's
to
open. Don't you worry.
Negan Uno?
They're gonna be getting
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh my
no,
God.
this, yeah.
Wow.
This is Uno. See, so Uno was
Negan
also
Chan.
dead in episode 1, right? So they brought him alive just so they could have this Sean Chan hit him with the baseball bat and cave his head in.
How come their helmets don't look like insects?
What is that thing in
They
front of
look like
Uno's
the little
face?
crappy gladiator helmets.
Yeah,
That's
like,
a werewolf, bro. That is a werewolf. Please tell me that's a rabid wolf, brother. Please tell me that's a rabid
No.
wolf, brother.
the Grom,
Dude.
probably.
It's
What
a
is
Grom.
going-
That
what
the
is
version of the
going
Grom.
on? What is going on? This is
Oh
making
my
my brain explode.
They're,
Literally.
they're
Oh my
literally
gosh.
going to try and scare Uno into surrendering or giving
Yes.
up his people by having the Grom threaten to eat him.
Sure. Yeah. And I think it was Dover Dave. Dover Dave had a great comment that he addressed to me. I'm sorry. He said, "Hey, Salty, we all know that one of the shortcomings of Robert Jordan's works was that he lacked detailed descriptions." I know. They had to
They
just
had
paint the
nothing
baseball
to draw
bat
on.
black.
They had to use
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Jordan nailed bosoms, no pun intended. The descriptors of bosoms and rugs are
And roofs.
second to none.
And
And
roofs.
And
Slate roofs, thatched roofs, tiled roofs.
Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
new theory.
Large tracts of land.
Oh,
Yes.
Lady Balefire is in character. Thank you for the tuck.
Wait, I have to do
tuck in the, yeah.
Tuck
So
like
I have a
seriously,
theory.
Where
Hold
are
on.
the insect
Hold on.
helms? Where
That-
are the
wait.
insect? Where are those creepy insect helms I wanted to see?
The Grom
Always.
looks awful lot like a werewolf. So here's my theory. Okay, they are. They're just wolf brothers that never turned back in from being a werewolf. They're lost in the dream, bro. They're now
Oh,
grown.
yeah. It looks like a saber. It looks like a saber-toothed hound of the Baskervilles, but that's just
can't-
me.
They also have
you know?
3 eyes.
I can't wait for Perrin to
Probably-
turn
that's
into a
probably
werewolf.
Hopper
Yes,
then.
they're supposed to have 3 eyes. Yes. That's not what I pictured one to look like either, but that's just me, maybe. I don't know.
And look at the shitty background. Look at this. All they did was throw straw over like houses with regular windows and shit.
I
It's
can't
like,
look away
how-
from the bat, so I'm sorry.
How basic bitch is this? All right,
The
what do we
ba-
got here?
They're bugs,
got-
guys.
Yeah, we got people with current year. Yeah, well, here, I guess these guys are the escargot soldiers right here.
Yeah, there you go. They're bugs. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So they're French then.
Is that a
Me.
third eye on the shoulder pad?
That's a right here. It looks like a lion.
Go over one more.
Yeah.
One
Uh-oh.
shoulder pad to the right.
Oh, one shoulder pad to the right. It
Yeah,
is.
look at
one?
the third eye.
It's
grown.
a girl.
There it is.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
see it. It's kind of blurred out.
Yeah,
by the
both
one,
of them
yeah.
have a third eye. So these, I think we nailed it. Yeah, these are werewolves trapped in the dream.
I hope.
Either that or these are the Death Watch guard, and the ones without the shoulder pad are just the regular Shanshan soldiers.
Okay, that could be.
Yeah, I think that's probably.
All right, well,
on.
you heard it here first. I mean, I think we pretty much nailed this right here.
Yeah.
I think you really did.
This
I
is probably
I clipped
episode
this.
3, but what I like is I'm keying on. I like the actor from Last Kingdom, but he is making the exact. Now that is acting. He is making the exact same face in 2 scenes. The exact same face. I can prove it too. Like he is making the exact same face in 2 scenes. I'm gonna bring up the shot. Where is he in this other one? He is making the exact same face. He is acting, boy. He is putting in the work. That face is permanently on him forever. Here it comes. Hold on. I'm gonna bring it up right here. I just found it. There it is.
Okay.
He is doing the work. There's Messima in the background right there. Scowling some more. There he is.
He looks like, what was that, like, freaking Zoolander, like Cold Steel.
But
He looks
also,
like Johnny Depp's stunt double is what he looks like. Look at him.
he's wearing, right? So you see what he's wearing, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yep,
wearing a
the
Sean
same-
Chan uniform from the guys that just had Uno.
Yep. Yeah. So the Aiel are there, too, because why not?
Oh my
Because
god!
why not?
Are they not sending a Egwene to the Sean Chan?
That's what I want to know. She's like,
What is in that guy's mouth? Trip, were you talking about? There's a lot to unpack here. I'm not exactly sure. I could put it back up. Which
Wait, which one? Which mouth?
I mean,
I'll get you
I
some.
was concerned when Rafe Judkins threatened us all with making all the characters gay. He went a step farther. He outdid him. He said he literally has made the most irrational fucking thing that you could possibly imagine, and is just kind of laughing right now. I think that's all he's doing is just laughing at what he's done. Were you talking about this Trip? And I know there's a delay, but
I'm bringing
what,
it up. Here
what
we
in
go.
his mouth? What in his mouth are we talking about?
Whose
Are we
mouth?
talking? I don't
We're
know.
oh, the
That's what I-
Dame. Wait, the
No.
grow? The teeth?
Oh,
No, she's talking about the ball gag.
That's the
There's
Dame. They
apparently-
can't talk.
Yeah,
Shut
that
up,
apparently
yeah.
also
it looks like a septum
clips in.
piercing.
the combined septum piercing / ball gag.
Yep, there it is.
I don't know what to call that other than the daddy issues special.
Well, see,
Yeah,
they're
it is the
decorative, right? So like the ones on the boats are different than these ones, so it's going to be a rank of a Dame, right? You have
That's
a
what I'm
different ball
guessing.
gag if you're higher ranked Dame, and you get to put some plaster or some white goo on your head to make you
and
bald.
this is what I was saying earlier about looks like a shitty grapes. Looks like a bunch of grapes earring they stuffed in her nose. I'm like, what is this?
It's so
you
weird.
know?
But what do you want to bet that that's actually just a dangly thing from the nose ring, and that there's actually no ball gag, but that thing actually prevents them from speaking somehow?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's probably what it is. There's nothing in her
Sure.
mouth. It'll just be
Yeah,
like,
it's like not even a Domine, because like we've seen the Domine before, and they had like the military outfits. Like
Okay.
that's somebody else.
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there constrained because the stone.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, we'll move on. The stone will not be in this show, not at all. Because I
Season
was
3.
talking to Nerporial and Jacob Ironside about it while it was early this morning. Is the stone and a certain sword that is not a sword pose too big of a problem for the show, so they won't be in it. Kalendor is a problem for this show because there's no sides to the power, so there's too much of a hurdle to overcome with Kalendor, so they erased it. The stone then is now irrelevant because the whole reason for going to the stone is Kalendor, so
Yes.
we erased it. So
Which proves
with
who the dragon is.
well,
And it's not
well,
gonna be
so hold on.
Rand.
So it's not even the dragon. It proves to Rand he is the dragon. That's the important part. Is Rand at this point? That's why anybody that says the Dragon Reborn is the same as the Great Hunt it has a total lack of understanding of what's going on in these books. Because Rand, even after he does everything he does in the Great Hunt, still does not fully believe he is the Dragon Reborn.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
he's
it could have
wizard,
just
so he does the craziest thing he can think of.
Exactly.
Kalendor,
Right there.
and if
He
I can
goes-
get
he
that,
goes-
I'm the
yep.
dragon.
He reads the cycle, he reads the problem, he says, what is the one thing nobody but the dragon could do? Sack the stone of Tyr and get Kalendor. So I'm going to go do that. If I do that, then I am the dragon. And then as soon as he gets Kalendor, he stops fucking around and starts taking care of business because he knows he's the dragon.
Yes. It's a very moving scene, and it's very earned. But it's earned because of all of the things that were never on screen in season 1 for this adaptation. That's why you watched Rand struggle with this. You watch these characters develop. That's why Rand and Matt and Perrin, their stories were so important to all of this. And instead, Rafe Judkins did everything he could to denut every one of the main male characters, because they are the only 3 fucking important characters to Varen that we care about are those guys. Which is not at all what Rafe Judkins did at all. All you got was super Rasta, I'm overpowered Rey Skywalker and Nynaeve. You got I can heal the dead with my big ass mole Egwene. And then you got Moiraine, who his power is scissoring in diversity. I mean, that's it. And then the dudes just stood around with their mouths open.
I got a question. I have a question. You would you put it past them? Because I don't think they ever mentioned Tyr or the stone at all in the series, right? I'm assuming
they did once.
They also showed Tyr. Now they probably showed they
from a
showed
very
it
far distance, yeah.
But they showed it. No, they showed what they said was Tyr because they went back to Suan Shansei's jungle rainforest cafe, idyllic person of color upbringing. Now they panned around. Now it was not at all Tyr. It was not at all anything that you expected. So I think they wrote themselves into a corner with this. I'll shut up.
Because I was going to ask if you would think they would put Tyr or the stuff and the events in Tyr into Falm as well.
So there's no mention. I don't think there's any mention of the stone of Tyr being a thing. So the only reason we know about Tyr is because Suan Sanche's horrible father sends her little tiny daughter on a boat all the way from Tyr to the White Tower because she can channel by herself all the way down south in Tyr to ride a boat for days to the White Tower. So we don't really get any mention in detail of Tyr other than it's a place, and Suan Sanche is from there. So. But to answer your question, no, they've just removed it. Okay. There is no Tyr, there is no stone, there is no Kalendor. It's just going to be maybe. I don't even know if Rand's going to fight Balsamon because they need to keep him alive because he's the only villain they got, right? So,
Rand or Balsamon?
Balsamon. They got to keep him around, right? He's got to survive the whole series. So, sorry, spoilers, I guess, but he's died 3 times, right? He's around all the way.
Well, we know who's going to fight in the sky, and that's all I'm going to say because they're setting it up.
Oh, nobody.
Nobody's
going to fight in the sky.
In the books, Rand stays back to be trained by Lan. Very, very good part of the book. I really enjoyed it. Was the male mentoring of young Rand, who doesn't really know who he is. I mean, his father just dropped some heavy shit on him. He doesn't know, all that stuff in book 1. And then so Lan is trying to convince him not to run away when all the Aes Sedai are coming to Tar Valon and all this other stuff, right?
Whatever you do, face it on your feet.
Yes, but he's training with Lan to learn how to be a good swordsman. Instead, we get what I've got on screen. And this, I think, is going to alter the path of who the dragon is entirely. Now, this, I'm convinced, is Nynaeve fighting with Galad and
oh, yeah,
Rain.
100%. Yeah.
That almost looks like
wasn't that outside, though? But that was
Real.
Outside in the book.
Well, it could be Maxim.
It was also Matt in the book. So
that too.
Well, once she's got a sword, and I think Lady B is right. I think that sort of looks like Maxim, so that could be regardless, it's a stupid scene. But I think she's at this point, her count of training with swords is above the boys by 1. But go ahead, Lady B. What are you gonna say?
That's not right.
But I don't know if this is Maxim. I don't know if this is Alana's warders. I don't know if it's Gowan
I have
and
more.
Glad. I have no idea. But
I
the
have
po-
Lan training her.
We can say definitively that it is the warder training yard. You can see in the shot the target with the arrows, and you can see the sword rack.
I don't know that Lan is going to be anywhere near her. I think she's getting warder training because she doesn't want a warder or something like that. Lan, I still think Lan is going to be chasing after Moraine. I think this is going to just be him doing kata by himself. I don't think he's going to be training anybody.
What is going on with that sword?
The only possible thing that I can think of that would make that even a little bit palatable is if that is just her, them trying different ways to get her to work through her block. And one of the ways they come up with is just
what block exactly? Yep, there you go.
True.
What block?
I know where you're going with that, Alex.
I
agree.
get salty that I'm almost 100%. I know. I think I talked about it on White Cloak's channel about this. I think we surmised or we thought together that this is going to be her accepted through the Terran Girl promotion ceremony, and Lan in turn would be there. So if it's the same place, Lan would be there out there practicing with the shirt off, and she'd be going, "Ooh, Lan is so hot and sexy. Look at him training my children's or something." And then she wouldn't want to go back, type of deal. I don't think they're going to be anywhere near each other in this because she's going to be chasing after Moraine.
I'm still convinced we're going to get a love triangle.
Maybe.
What if this chick isn't Nynaeve, but it's Siobhan?
Oh, dude.
Oh, gross.
I don't think so.
Could
it be? I don't know. I think it's
that whole training scene should infuriate anybody who's read the books, though, especially in the Dragon Reborn. We just read the section when Nynaeve's healing that the one Aiel chick, and she's sitting there getting pissed off because they're getting in fights and stabbing each other, over what? And she absolutely gets infuriated about it. And then when the girl dies later in a fight, she gets even more furious.
Yep.
And so to sit there and see her fighting in a pit, it's like this just should throw everybody over the edge and stop watching the show immediately.
Nynaeve with a sword. I mean, what the hell? I get.
So book accurate.
Alex is playing devil's advocate, but block or no block, which there's no blocks. You can make healing bubbles, but if you're gonna make an excuse, I guess that's the only one, right? But I don't see any reason for none of the girls pick up a sword in the whole series. Not one of them. Men has daggers. That's it.
That's called the patriarchy, and
I mean the closest thing is
subverting our expectations while disrupting the patriarchy.
Yeah, I look forward to
how much
Aiel with them.
Oh yeah, it's already 100%. Foregone, it's done. I wouldn't take that bet because it's happening.
It is now.
The only. So we actually have from Judkins. He talked about this scene, and he said that they had to change it to make it more realistic. So at best, you hope Nynaeve and Matt team up, and it goes from a 1v2 to 2v2. That is best case scenario.
So
did I hear you right?
Is it more realistic because if she's fighting trans like Glad, it's like a woman against a woman?
So, what is the name of this genre? I forget. Is it reality? Oh, it's called fantasy. So we have to make it more realistic.
Well,
because we're in the genre of fantasy. See, that's where Peter Jackson failed with The Lord of the Rings. It just wasn't realistic enough. It had too much fantasy in the fantasy. Sorry.
Well, so for the guy who sits there and says we have to change it to be more realistic, I throw that comment immediately away because this is the same guy who thought it was realistic to show a very pregnant birth-giving activity in the snow, and she kicked the shit out of 5 carrion trained soldiers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So more realistic. Yeah. So maybe they had to make it more realistic. They had to add a third warder and remove Matt and put Nynaeve in. That made it more realistic. since that's the world they've nurtured, right?
Mm-hmm.
The show is so fucking dumb. Can I just say that?
Yes.
It's beneath contempt. It can't hurt me anymore, but it can piss me off because of how stupid they were. The greatest sadness, I think, and why all of us get angry, I'll speak for myself, why I get angry. And Steve, you said this. We're never going to get this again. They're going to destroy this fucking series so that nobody will ever do justice to Robert Jordan's works. And that is square on the shoulders of not just Rafe Judkins, but Amazon itself. It is just like what they're doing with the Rings of Mediocrity, the Rings of Power. You know? It's a real pisser.
Yep, Jacob said it. It was talking about, told Stephen Bryant earlier, Rafe Judkins is doing it to the series as modern day book burning. It basically is. Because and then you go right back to the comment we were talking about earlier. There were some bumps in the road in episode 1, but you're going to have to grit your teeth for episode 2. If you thought that was bad, get ready. Yeah. It's going to get worse.
Yeah, we just threw you down. We just threw you down a flight of stairs because you owed us money. It's like the mob. Now we're going to throw you off the fucking roof. And if you live, we'll give you season 3. We're going to throw you out of a fucking airplane.
I spy something round.
What?
They're hiding it, dude.
They're hiding it. They are shooting the other side.
I see it right there.
But they're shooting the other side of her face. Like finally.
All right, I'm going mole hunting. I'm going mole hunting.
Come on, let's not do that. There's no reason. There's no reason.
On the other side.
So
I know.
So God, shoot, man. Like. So the funny thing about, like I was talking about the episode names. First, they're at least they didn't steal. I don't think they stole chapter names this time. At least not completely, did they? Because Eyes Without Pity. That's episode 4.
This list.
Let me look.
Eyes Without Pity.
A Touch of Solitude is also a song in addition to other things. It's actually a song, an alternative song. So if they're going to do that, like Eyes Without a Face or Billy Idol song titles, I mean, maybe they're doing 80s song titles. I don't know.
It's so Taste of Solitude is a chapter reference. 100%.
I know, but it's also a song title. That's why some of these sound like song titles. That's why I interjected with that.
Eyes Without Pity. Like I don't even know what the hell to go like that. Whatever. So
it's Eye of the World, chapter 29.
Is it?
Yep.
Wow.
So they are just doing the same shit. They're just their blood calls blooding it.
Yep.
I'm trying to think back. I would never pop it out because I can't do that. But is there anything important that happens in that chapter?
Give me a second to look it up.
I got it up. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, because they like. I mean, there's one of them. There's one of them that he's going to take the chapter, or it's going to be something very meaningful, and then the episode is going to be all about Steppen or some other bullshit.
It's the Elias and Perrin chapter where I believe they are.
Okay, so okay. Oh,
that's it. That's it.
So
that's it.
Now we're in season 2, and not only are we still telling the Eye of the World, or pretending to, because now we're going to do stuff that happened in the Eye of the World. We're now trying to tell the Great Hunt and the Dragon Reborn, according to, which we know you're not telling any of them, but now you're going to do the. How are they even going to do that? Like now they're going to wander upon Elias, as they're hey, we're chasing this crazy
Elias.
Dude with a giant box. Did you know where he went?
I forget. Did they confirm Elias for this season?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Okay.
Elias is also Hurin. Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
Gary Beetle.
Right.
Gary Beetle is alive.
So
Black dude with a bunch of long dreads.
Yep.
Yay!
Who also turns into a wolf. Fight me on that. I'm telling you, they're gonna turn to a wolf by the end of this.
You may have
brother
noticed.
called it like Perrin is a furry. That was his prediction.
You may have noticed his mouth is open in this scene.
Oh yeah. But so now we're going back to chapters in the block.
I remember that from last.
I do. He saved it. We saved the props. So we're now going back to the Eye of the World because is that what we're doing with Bale? Is Is episode 4 going to be all Eye of the World content? Eye of the World in quotation,
Wait, is
because
that
you're
guy
going to have.
behind him Valda?
It looks like one of the white cloaks. It does. It looks like that dude. Hold on, I'll zoom
Yeah,
in.
that guy has kind of a Chad hairdo on the right.
It's not Emin Valda, but it could.
I don't know. It
be.
looks kind of like him.
Whoa.
Sorry,
I nearly went blind.
No, if it was Emin
Jesus.
Valda, he'd have some weird pigeon in his mouth.
it's true.
That was gross.
I thought it was Sparrow.
That
No,
was a
it's
very
not.
disgusting reference to something.
It's almost as bad as the feed on House of the Dragon.
It's
So I have a prediction. All of these clips came out of the same scenes.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And
Look at
where
the
we
roof.
had Uno on his knees with the Dark Hound.
Check this out.
I predict that it's going to be Perrin who's going to magically transform into his wolf self to protect Uno from the Dark Hound, because that's what the C-Chan leader chick wants, is to trigger him so that he can become an acquired whatever, a possession. That's what I predict they're going to do.
Does he mount the Dark Hound?
What's that?
You mean the
Does he mount the Dark Hound?
The Grolm? This is if you look at the roofs, I'm pretty sure this is the same thing as the Uno scene, but I think he's gonna go full wolf. And he's not going to know how he did it, and more wolves are going to come in, and that's how they're going to escape. But they're going to escape they're going to leave, and then they're going to leave Loyal behind, and then that's how they're going to end up in Falme, because they're going to give up on the horn and go after Loyal, and they'll just have the horn there because, well, they.
Ahmad says I
Wouldn't
zoomed in
this
on the
be the
wrong
perfect scene for Avienda to rescue them?
Oh, that too. Yeah, that
Yep.
too.
I hope
is this
Egwene
gonna be?
does.
Is this going to be another fake out Perrin going werewolf right here? Is his eyes going to light up, and then Avienda is going to throw a spear over his shoulder like a javelin thrower?
Gotta be. It's gonna say you wouldn't
Could
like
be.
me when I'm angry.
This could be a picture before post, and they're just going to put in the golden eyes right on this part right here.
Probably.
They could. That's true.
The other theory that just
Dude, has
popped
he
in my
even done
mind.
anything as a wolf? I don't think
No.
he did. Did he?
Nothing. No.
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 So
A wolf licked his leg and turned
eyes
him
turned
into
colors. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And he looked at the
The other-
wolf weird. He's like, "What
Well,
the fuck are you looking at, wolf?"
There were like 4 or 5 Siberian Huskies that were running around the shitty tent that they said was the White Cloaks. Remember that?
Yeah.
And it was shitty. You could tell they ran out of money, and they're using like little VHS handheld things. And there's nobody in this camp. There's supposed to be thousands of White Cloaks in this camp, and there's not.
Oh yeah,
And
those dogs.
It's just these tiny little Siberian, because Siberians are small. Wolves are fucking huge, but who has time for that?
Wait.
So
So wait.
That's
So
what we got.
that's a good question. Does that mean Arthur Hawkwing comes back as a werewolf? We should.
Weirder
with
shit
a
has happened.
vagina. With a
So
vagina.
what if that animal wasn't a Grolm? What if it actually was a Darkhound, and they are so set
God.
on making the Sanchan one of the main evils, like 100% evil all the way, so that they're given control of the Darkhounds.
Oh my god! Please.
Which
no.
is why Balsamon is there.
Like people.
Sorry, Lady B, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, like I can see that kind of happening, but at the same time, it's like there's so many like women of color in the Shanshan, they can't be like totally evil.
Those will be the ones that have an
Unless-
effect on
They
conscience.
killed a
Unless-
little girl with a giant tidal wave.
What if they
Grace
have a
said she
sympathetic
deserved to die,
backstory?
clearly.
What if they have a sympathetic backstory and the Sichan actually were wronged by Luce Theron, the Arabian guy who was in the
Yep.
Swedish talk show in episode 8. Like, he was just the biggest asshole in the world, like Maureen said in the beginning of season 1. So everybody's pissed off and wants to kill the Dragon Reborn because, again, sympathetic backstory. Because I guarantee you we're going to get a sympathetic backstory if they have POCs involved in anything. They're only getting revenge for how they were wronged.
Yep.
Could be.
Why
Yep.
not?
All right, Steve, what do we got for episode 3?
Well, apparently it's called Strangers and Friends. So this is when Leander and Matt go out on a date because they're both inherently evil. And they go to the coffee shop on the corner, and they talk about how everybody's wronged them and everybody sucks, and talk about their evil pasts. What do you think?
Strangers and Friends is Eye of the World chapter 15.
Another Eye of the World fucking chapter?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me?
Somebody finally read the book who was making the show.
Asshole.
apparently.
This is him being a fucking asshole.
Yes, it is.
This is Rafe Judkins being a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like, this is him going, if all you assholes that don't like my show, I'm gonna name all my freaking episodes after Eye of the World chapters, and you just have to deal with that shit.
And make everybody gay. What he said in interviews before the show, because Steve, you know, I've been going and doing deep dives on this guy. He said that he read his mom read him the books when he was a kid. It was only later that he started saying that he loves these books and he read them. But he kept saying over and over and over, my mom read me these books. This is a 30-year-old man talking about how his mom read him these books. So, again, depending on what his age was, he probably was using his still 8-year-old mind in the 30-something-year-old body or whatever it is to come up with these stories, which explains why the rationale behind this, which was not to create a linear story which was written in front of him, but to do what a child does in finger paint in their own fecal matter in pictures of what they remember. Because that's all this show is.
I can't believe it's another. Are all of these from Eye of the World? Well, Dame can't be. I don't think Dame's got to be from The Great Hunt, but like,
The Great Hunt, chapter 40.
Is Dame?
Yep.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. So and then,
Eyes
and then
Without
what,
Pity
what,
is the first chapter where Rand and Min have a long conversation. So I'm guessing this is where Rand and Min
are going to have a long conversation. Sorry.
And they're going to cry with their mouths open. You guys keep forgetting those important parts of the story. Yeah. Constrained anachronism. Yes. I agree. I agree with what you're saying.
I think Alex nailed it. I think this is where Min and Rand are going to have a long conversation and carry in. What do you think? You good, Alex?
Oh, yep,
I'm good. I saw the nose blow. You good? Go ahead.
Jesus.
Continue.
That's why I brought it up. I'm not even going to say shit. Respond, please, to this.
The fuck.
Her brain pop.
Is this her gonna show up?
It looks like a raccoon.
So is she gonna show up?
Looks like she killed a depressed peacock and stuck it on her head.
So
I'm trying to figure out where she's. Is that at the White Tower or is that a carriage?
I have no
That's
idea.
What happens. That's the kind of photo you get.
That's gotta be her carriage.
That looks like a palanquin. Yeah. I think that's a palanquin. I think
it's just like her throne. Remember that shitty looking? It looked like
looks like the Airstream in House of the Dragon.
Yeah,
that giant cart that they have.
It's the same stuff that her throne was made out of in the tower, which had no Aes Sedai or accepted or novices in it all. It's the same bullshit. And I mean, look at what the hell is going on there. I mean, literally, what in the fuck are we doing here? What is this?
Is her coat? I don't know why this made me laugh so much. Is her coat made out of wood? I don't know why I found it.
No, but her strap-on is, I'm sure, with Moiraine.
So is this her showing up to
Tar
Valon?
Yeah, to Faldara.
I could see Faldara. I could see Kyrian. I could see even Tar Valon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, but see, that's the thing. She shouldn't be going after Moiraine because she banished her.
No, blow your cover, but
she's
maybe she
going.
Just cares.
And there's two novices right there. So sorry, go ahead, Salty.
No, what if they're taking some of the threads from the Great Hunt, where she goes to see the Dragon Reborn? Remember?
Yeah.
And
in Faldara.
In Faldara, only Rand isn't there, so she's going to see Nynaeve or Egwene. That's all I can come up with here.
I think this is her coming to. This is just going to be a big. Hey, it's the Amyrlin seat, blah blah blah. But I think this is in Tar Valon. I think this is prior to her getting her hands on Nynaeve and Egwene. But the only caveat I have to that is they don't have time for her to go to Faldara and back. So Nynaeve and Egwene, well, they shouldn't. But I think this is going to be prior to her finding Nynaeve and Egwene coming up and saying, "Hey, we've come back to get trained," blah blah blah, or some bullshit like that. I don't think she's going to leave the tower.
She could be there to break up with Moiraine because she's been stilled.
Well, but she should. There's novices
She was
there. There's no
banished
reason
anyway.
for her to. Well, who cares about continuity or story? But
Okay,
there should be
fair.
no reason for her to go after Moraine. She's banished her. She
I
said
know.
she
I
should have
think
no
you're
contact.
going for like Egwene and Nynaeve.
I think this is something to do with Nynaeve and Egwene showing up at Tarvalin. Is my guess with this.
Maybe.
But-
Silverlock says, still no shawls. Why call it being raised to the shawl? Well, they don't. They haven't bothered to say that. You're right.
Did they haven't? I guess they haven't. I guess they haven't said a lot of
Raised
things.
the
I didn't.
rod.
Yeah, the white
Ha
rod.
ha 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 ha.
Is it possible this is a cold open, and the cold open is just going to be her telling some doddering king what to do?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Some old white man who just needs to get out of the way.
Or maybe
Yes.
she's the friend at North Harbor, and she's two-time in Moraine with Leandrin.
All I
the
see
boy.
is a Tina Turner backup singer from 1974. I don't get Amerlin Seed at all.
I'm pretty. I think.
Don't be ridiculous. The Vegas style go-go girl headdress is much less pronounced in Vegas with Tina Turner.
Okay. Alex, you're right. You are correct.
So I think
This
so.
is more like she's wearing like the centerpiece at a table at a really fancy wedding on her head.
Oh my
It looks
God.
like, you guys ever watch the Flintstones and the Water Buffalo Lodge? It's where she's like wearing
Yeah.
the Fred Flintstone water buffalo hat. That's what it looks
But
like.
Silverlock, I feel like I remember him saying something about being raised to the shawl too, but they don't care. It's words. They don't care that they actually have meaning. I think that's the only. It's
You're right.
they don't care that it's an actual thing that means something in the books. There's an actual shawl. They each have shawls for their Ajas. Hers has all the colors. They don't care about any of that. They just say, "Oh, it sounds cool being raised to the shawl." It's just a symbol thing without a symbol. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know.
Dan-
I can't.
L. Dan says, my grandma has a curtain like that.
Oh man, what color is Suan's ring?
Not anymore.
Shit like the
Before
rest
it was
of
grandma's
them.
curtains.
Oh, I don't know. I can't tell. It looks. I don't.
There's that shitty ghetto. Sorry.
Is that
tattoo.
made out of wood? Sorry, that made me laugh so much. It looks white,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
comment.
Or is it empty?
I think
Those
it's
are the
supposed
worst
to be
rings
white.
ever.
Yeah, they
So
are.
she's wearing
Wow.
a ring over the glove, which means she has to have two different rings because it's going to change the fucking ring gauge. That makes a whole lot of fucking sense.
She is wearing the ring over the glove, isn't she?
Oh my god. Oh my god. What are we fucking doing?
So how does she just doesn't take her gloves off? She's just like, what?
I
Oh
like
my
how
God,
I like how her vest also looks like urban camo. Like if you just go down to the bottom of it.
Oh yeah, dude. It looks like wetland. It totally looks like wetland from Realtree. She's ready to go
Realtree.
duck hunting. Look at it. It's duck hunting us.
She's out there just making pistol.
Oh my
Shooting
god,
the
it's
pow- shooting the power.
wetland camo.
Fabric was donated by veterans of the Afghanistan missions.
Oh my god.
Hold on, guys. I got a channel. Let me take my gloves off. I'll get my ring first, okay, and then get my gloves off. Okay, all right. I'm ready. Oh, ring back on. Sorry, ring's back on. All right, here we go. Boo, boo, boo.
Look at her. What the fuck even is that? Okay, I mean, this is like my grandmother had a candle holder made out of plastic like this in the 70s that she'd take out at Christmas.
The
Like,
look
look at
to
that.
me-
Oh, what is this?
The look to me is, where the fuck am I?
Fur.
It's like somebody
She also
got a hot
nipples.
glue gun and went to the dollar store and bought all the gold shit they could and hot glued it together.
What did you say, Alex?
And
I'm also gonna say she looks like somebody's grandmother.
Oh,
she
she look.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
looking at-
that's not how. Because I'm still reading the series. This is not how I envision Suan Sancho.
She looks
she
pretty
looked-
ageless, right?
every single outfit that is made on this show has been made by people who are completely incapable of producing something good, and it's produced for people who have. It's produced for people who have absolutely no capability to look at somebody and tell them the truth that they fucking suck.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And you look at Sven Dragon. He says, "Oh, it's the Chiquita banana lady on Christmas." I agree. Chiquita banana. Ay, 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 ay. I'm the Amberley seed.
They do all the women dirty on the show. They all
They
look.
do.
They're most of them are very beautiful, attractive women,
Yes,
and
they
they all make them look hideous.
There
Do
is
you
not
know-
one
do you
woman
know who
during
Robert
a, during a
Jordan-
crowning at England or during the Kentucky Derby that would wear that fucking hat.
Do you know who Robert Jordan cast, like his mental casting of Swan Sanche was?
Ooh, this would be good.
Renee Zellweger.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Yeah.
I can see that
Yeah.
given the description in the book. I can see that.
When
Like
did he
her
say
in
that?
Chicago.
A young Renee,
Um,
like an Empire Records Renee Zellweger, or a
Well, he said it in like
Jerry
2000.
Maguire.
That would have been.
It says Renee Zellweger before appearance change.
nice.
Yeah,
I can see
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I love it.
I had the
let's
hots for
see.
her before that.
What?
Yeah.
Suana Moray might actually look older than their non-I said. Yeah, it's like the Oath Rod makes them look older in this. It's so weird.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's that hard-living lesbian in the sex
both- yeah, are
cabana
they both
lifestyle.
I think they're older than 40, aren't they?
I love the Don King
They're
wig.
they're
on the
about
top.
40 years old.
40? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. Who knows? All we can say is she looks ridiculous. She's got
Magic
8
Tech
rings
Mags.
for each set of gloves. She wears some on her toes every once in a while because, sometimes she does stuff with her hands and, yeah, this is a tough
Magitech
one.
Mag says she dresses up for the Kentucky Derby. That looks like shit, and I trust Mag's opinion on this 100%.
Okay, I saw
Derby
something
to
a while
retarded
ago
horses.
about the making of the music of the show. The quality of the music made sense when they showed some of the people they had making it. Oof. Youch. All right, sorry, who did I interrupt?
I was
They
just saying. I was just adding on to Magitech Mags. It's the Kentucky Derby. the in the next lane over, in the next stadium over, where they're running the retarded horses.
Wait, is this the comment you're talking about, Alex? Is this the
Yes, I
comment?
am.
Looks
Yes, I
like
am.
you let an old lady with dementia loose in Michael Jackson's closet.
Right over-
You win tonight, Forsaken.
Oh,
that is absolutely
yeah.
true. I wanted to
That's so good.
moonwalk off that carriage and go, hoo ha, hoo.
Woo! All right, man. All right, so
All right, I'll get rid
so
of this.
I don't know what this has to do with strangers and friends, but she doesn't have any friends after walking out in that. That's for sure. But
Yeah.
strangers and friends,
saying, no.
is this
Anyone with friends, their friends would not have let him pick that outfit.
no.
Yep.
So I have no idea that. So wait, we said that's Rand. So that's going to be Min and her aunts making fun at Rand, right? Since we said that's the chapter in the book. Eye of the World book, by the way. Eye of the World.
Yeah.
What's
Woohoo.
that?
Oh man, I don't want to put that picture up, Salty. The
I
poor kid
think it's
the
worth
poor kid has
talking
been
about.
through enough, bro.
I think it's worth talking about. I'm not going to
Oh
say
my
shit,
God.
but based upon what you guys have said, and I think you formulated I'd say a cogent, intelligent flow of how the season's going to go. Where do you think this is going to fall? Because I think
Race bedroom.
this is going to. Okay, obviously, but I think this is going to require Egwene and Nynaeve and Moiraine to come save him. That's what I think this is all about. I think this is maybe a mid-season cliffhanger, so to speak. What do you guys think?
I don't think so, for the simple fact I think this is just going to be a quick quick check back in with Rand to make sure he's not dead before we go back, because there is a picture of him entering Falme.
Is that supposed to be the wheel of time? This wheel that he's tied
Yes.
to?
Wheel of Fate. I'm calling it now. Cringy dream sequence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
Yep.
was gonna say.
Yep.
That seems
Agreed.
the most plausible. It does.
Agreed.
And and the clip will only probably be 2 seconds. So
Yeah. So this will just be a quick reminder that, hey, Rand is still Rand. He's still in the show. Don't forget about Rand quite yet. And then they'll fuck off from him again.
So do you think do you think they'll possibly add a story reason why his head is cut?
he's
Because
more
he's
emo
hiding.
now? He just
He's
no.
yeah. He went into hiding. He doesn't want anybody to find him.
Yeah,
he had
exactly.
lice. He caught lice on the set.
He had to. He needed to get rid of his hair for another movie obligation. That's going to be
Gran
his,
Turismo. Let the video game
Gran
adaptation.
Turismo.
In this dream, he's remembering the times that he had with Egwene, and he's looking at her in the dreams, asking her to peg him just one more time.
It's like, so
Wow.
this is what she wants. Her.
that, or this
Yeah.
could be a Nynaeve or Egwene testing ceremony type thing. But it's not going to be a real scene. It's just going to be fake bullshit.
I think it might be the Aiel. I think this might be the Aiel. That's
I
how
don't-
stupid I think it's going to get.
I
Do
don't
the
know. that-
IEL do stuff like this? Is this a
No.
read and find out?
No,
No.
which is why I say it. This is why I'm saying it.
I don't know. I think the speculation that he goes to the waste is I don't think he's going to get anywhere near the waste. I think he's just going to wander in a straight line to Carhian. He's going to run into Moraine, who's going to magically get her powers back, and then they're going to learn through the power of friendship that they can travel, and then they're going to travel to Falme because they're going to find out that they need help there for some bullshit, and then Rand is going to menacingly walk up with his hat down and go oogie boogie, and then they're all gonna run away from him, and then Nynaeve's gonna stick Balsamon in the ass with the sword.
Like, I don't even understand what he's running away from.
Egwene's mole. Egwene's mole. He had to close his eyes a lot to climax for that. Ahmad 1 says, you guys just don't understand the genius symbolism in the shot. Well, I entirely do. That wooden sphincter behind him, Rafe Judkins' favorite, I mean, it's clear as crystal. I don't really understand what's going on.
I think it's
Lyle
just
Hammock is in the house. Hey, Lyle.
What up, Lyle? I think it's gonna be some bullshit for somebody. Just dream sequence being like, oh, you're wrapped in chains. You must break the chains, and then he's gonna wake up and be like, oh my god, I'm not in chains, and then he's gonna go back.
You just don't ask where the axle's going.
I could also see it being an Egwene accepted test where she can either save Rand or do Aes Sedai stuff.
And of course, she's gonna do Aes Sedai stuff because fuck Rand, right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I could see
fuck
that.
heterosexual lifestyles. Fuck the family.
And he'd say, like, that's not what she wants, and then she'd say, that's not what I want.
Which would actually just really nail the perfect irony of this series, that he gave it all up for her and she couldn't even be bothered to cut him down.
Not even cut him down. Yeah. Not even
Sounds
cut him
about
down.
right.
Not even puff some magic fireball at him to break one arm out like she did for Perrin, right?
Well, and she would say to what you were saying, Lady B, where he was saying like, that's not what I want. She would probably berate him for saying, how dare you speak for me?
Yeah.
Probably.
So yeah, I think dream sequence of some sort. I don't know whose, but somebody's. Just because and the reason I say all this stuff about Moraine and because we've seen stills, Moraine, Lan, and Rand all end up together in Carhian at some point. How, why, doing what, who cares? But they're all going to be there together. So
Gird your loins, fellows. Gird your loins.
Oh boy.
We also probably shouldn't discount Dempsey's most recent comment.
Uh-oh. Maybe this is footage from the casting process? Well, there was speculation. Sorry, I got him. I think me and Nerporo keep clicking on it at the same time. But there was speculation. Nobody had seen Joshua for a long time. And right after he said that he had read the complete series, he disappeared. So there was speculation that he was down tied up in Ray's basement to this wheel because nobody had seen him in any of the nobody's seen him in any Wheel of Time functions. So
She has a collar.
That's why I brought it up. That's why I slowed down the footage. Let's zoom in a little bit. So I think this is the collar, but they're going to not make it look like a slave thing. They're going to make it this like
so wait a
football
second.
padding.
Are they going to make it so they break them and then let them out of the collar? So they're not forcing them to channel their channel. They've just changed like they're fucking in freaking a Vin Diesel movie called Riddick, the Chronicles of Riddick. They're going to break them. They're going to break them. So the collar is only to break them, and then they let them out of the collar. Is that what's going to happen? And then she can just walk off. She doesn't have to. She can be like, "You didn't break me, ha ha," and she can go, "I'm unbreakable," huh? And then she remember call back to episode 5. You know, she's
Sure.
unbreakable.
Yeah.
So that's supposed to be Egwene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave it to Egwene. It should have been Nynaeve's story.
Mm-hmm.
Because Nynaeve is the dragon. She has to go fight Torek with stolen valor, and she'll be flying around in the sky.
Egwene's the dragon.
But
I'll
Nynaeve
fight
wasn't
you.
the one with the collar.
You're both right.
Okay.
I fight you.
Over under 1.5 episodes of Egwene in bondage.
Yes.
Oh no.
Under.
15 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
A
15
one
minutes.
whole episode, and there's
No.
going to be heavy lesbian comforting going
No
on
way.
while she's in bondage.
She's gonna be in and out.
I'm with
So
Steve on this.
in Dame, this will be the episode where she gets captured and uncaptures herself in 15 minutes. Because
I
they
think
don't
it's.
have-
I think it's
Now
going
will
to
she
be
use Jedi
an
mind
episode.
tricks?
no,
It's
it
going to
makes
be an
her-
episode and a half,
It
or
will
it's
be
going to be
in a
the
collar.
finale.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
they're gonna have an episode and a half revolving around this bullshit. I don't think she's gonna be in a collar longer than 10, 15 minutes, if that.
This could be the season finale where it ends with her captured like that as a juxtaposition to the way episode 8
Yeah.
ended of season 1.
Yeah, because that lines up with the Shadow Rising so well.
Hey,
They
You're just
end the season with her
misogynist.
captured. Oh my god! Oh my god! No way! No way! I mean, yes. Why would it make sense? You're probably right. And then she's gonna go power bubble, and it's gonna shatter.
No,
And
what
her
they'll
bubble's
do,
gonna be
they'll
yellow,
end
and then they're gonna connect bubbles, and they're gonna go power bubbles unite, and then it's gonna start raining or some shit. I don't fucking
Yeah.
know.
they'll end it on a cliffhanger where she's in that little get up there, and then the next
it'll be-
season will start, and she won't be in it
Yeah,
because,
they
but they won't be able to explain it because of the writer's strike.
This will be the end. So wait. So this will be the end of. This will be the end of episode 7. So the Dame thing is wrong. This will be the end of episode 7. Episode 8, she will get out in 5 minutes because she needs to go fight the Shan Chan and blow up everybody because she's a mad lady. And yeah, so that's my prediction is she's going to get captured at the end of this, and then she's going to
Free all the
kill-
slaves.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And then all the Dame are gonna go. She's gonna be like, "You don't have collars, come on!" And they're gonna go, "No, we like being Shan Chan. We blah blah. We are now Shan Chan zombies. What if the fucking collar turns them into zombies?"
Lady B, what do you think this is? How long do you think this is going to take? Alex, what do you think?
Oh.
I mean, how do we end up with her working in a kitchen, which doesn't make any fucking sense because she can heal the dead, but whatever. And now we end up with this where she's wearing this thing. Like, what do you? I think this is going to get a lot more time, but what do both of you think about that?
I think it'll probably be at least like an episode arc where she gets captured and has to free herself. I could see them taking that time.
I'm going to say episodes 1 through 4 are going to be in the kitchens and learning in Tar Valon. Episodes 5 and 6 are going to be her enslaved to the Shan Chan, and episodes 7 and 8 are her going to be her fucking up the Shan Chan.
Yeah.
I could see that.
So Leandrin just sells her out because she's jealous of her or something
No,
like
Leandra's
that.
not, no. Leandra's good now. She's not gonna be selling nobody out.
All right.
Well, remember when like Mairead and Leandrin had the okay groomer moment where like she's just like, where she's like, oh, there's a lot of like talented young women or something, and like Moraine kind of called her on that.
Yeah, where it was, I hear you're dating somebody. I heard you meet with a guy. Like, I feel like that's going to be one of those things that this show just never addresses, or it never addresses the implication to Moraine's character. Because if Moraine genuinely believes that Leandrin is regularly meeting with dark friends,
Yeah, yeah.
Like that immediately destroys Moraine's character even more so than the show has already done.
Yeah.
But wasn't it just a man?
Yeah.
It was
So
just like, oh, you're having sex with a man, like down by the docks or something.
Yeah, there's something like
Ooh,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Dempsey says she's hitting the high C and loving you. She's karaokeing with the C chant. I think you might be right.
Thanks, Whisker Fisherman. Appreciate you, buddy. So I think so. Let's see here. So let's be so Egwene. So what did you say? 1 through 4 is going to be her at the tower training. I think that's probably right. Well, 1 is going to be her getting back to the tower. 3 through 4 probably training. Yeah, I think you're probably right, but I don't think she's gonna be collared as long as you guys think. I think really the collaring is going to be at the end of an episode, and the uncollaring is going to be at the next episode. I don't think they will allow her, being the favorite character of the writer, to be collared that long. But I don't. God, in their timeline, I have no idea. It's like because as soon as the collaring happens, Fall May needs to happen. So how do you collar her in episode 5?
In theory.
Well, yeah. Well, I guess I'm girding my loins, right, Lady B?
Gird them tight. Don't have any slippage. Either one of the boys. Don't let it slip out a little bit.
Is that the new meta for this? Gird our loins? Is that
yeah.
Gird your loins, everybody? Here it comes.
Make sure you wear the chastity belt of stupidity to endure season 2. That's what I'm getting from girding the loins.
I mean, that gird your loins is basically the equivalent of bite the pillow.
Yeah.
That's what she might as well have said. Yeah.
I'm going in dry. I'm Rafe Judkins.
Well, that trip, it's incredibly sad because look, we're like we're hopping all over the place, but we're having fun, which is good, right? We got to get something out of this shit. But the fact that I'm sitting here going, how can they do this? They keep trying to say that they're adapting these two books. How are they doing this? They didn't even. I don't know. It's like, there is a sequence of events that has to happen. It has to happen, and if you change it, it makes no sense.
Line.
It has to happen. Egwene's power level rises exponentially because of her treatment with the Shan-Chan. Yes. So that is the only reason that I could see her being collared for more than fucking 10 minutes, because they have to torture her, and then she had her, and that now, of course, Rafe would probably love the shit out of that because it's torture, but they have to torture her, and then when she comes out the other side of it, she is exponentially stronger because that's what the Shan-Chan do. They force their channelers to get powerful through fucking harsh training. Of course, Egwene never figures that shit out because she's an idiot and whatever, but she just thinks she got stronger because she's her, but we'll push that aside. So, but as soon as the collaring happens, the events of the end of the book have to start taking place. So
you mean just like with the Eye of the World, where all the things that needed to happen and Camelin? I'm not trying to be funny with you, but it's like,
yeah, no, you're right.
I think all of us are good people on this stream. I think we're good people, and I think we're rational people. I don't think we're Hollywood people, and I don't think we're the kind of people that would run Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into the ground and then get this show and then destroy I always want to say Far Cry, whatever that fucking game movie was that Ray Judkins did. Uncharted. So there's something where you have to be an extra special kind of mentally deficient because he's now got God of War. So whatever he is doing here is exactly what Hollywood wants, but no one that's an audience of Hollywood wants. And now here we are going, why don't you just do the most basic bitch shit and we'd like it. Just stop doing what you're doing. And that's why we can't figure this out, because it makes no sense to good people.
No, well, yeah. Or right. Well, you know what? I'm going to say it. True fans of the actual source material. Because all these shill sites, I don't they've sold out. It's completely sold out. So I don't believe they're true fans anymore. They've decided to sell out their faith in this, in their like for this, to get their access in their 5 minutes with non-famous people.
Can
come on.
Can I bring up what I was telling you this morning?
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
I was watching Dragon Mount's channel for the first time. I was watching their spoiler-free review of the first 6 episodes of Wheel of Prime season 1, and
On purpose.
Well,
Hold on,
curiosity,
let me see if I have
thing that kills
the,
cats, But
let me see if I have the thing.
I was watching it. I was looking at the comments, and I decided to change the comments from latest. So as you go further down, they get, as you go further, in the future, they get more and more negative.
All right, so go ahead. I got you. You want me to bring up the image for you? Here,
Sure.
you send it to me. There you go. There it is.
So this was the comment I highlighted. I thought this was great. Obviously, all the podcasters sees this as a chance to get millions of more followers and make them YouTube rich. So they don't want to turn people off from the show. Otherwise, they wouldn't get the views and the money. And then someone responds saying, "This is an underrated comment. Lots of people don't realize that YouTubers are often paid influencers. I've worked for companies that do just that. Even if the channel isn't a paid influencer, their channel's growth is very tied to the success of the show, which forces you to push it a little harder than you normally would. When you see glowing reviews for bad or even mediocre products is a way to know for sure."
There you go.
Yep. I say this all the time. When I was in film school, it's like they're telling you, it's like, don't waste your money on print and advertising and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That costs a lot. It doesn't get you the reach. You go for the influencers, you go for the YouTubers, you go for the vloggers, you find those people. I mean, this was like in 2017, 18. So yeah.
And I'll give this I'll give this much credit where credit's due. Terry Metalis, masterstroke what he did for for some show that I think he didn't he do a show? Didn't he do some show that calls itself Star Trek? I forgot. I don't think it exists.
Constrained anachronism. Constrained anachronism says it's a mark of how irrelevant Wheel of Time is that people like the EFAT crew and Mahler are hopeful the Rafe Judkins God of War show will be good.
Yeah, they have no idea. They got no idea what they're in for.
No idea.
Zero.
I remember at least the Rings of Power people knew what was coming. From the advertising. I have a sneaking suspicion the God of War show will tell on itself with the advertising as well. But us on this panel, we knew Rings of Power was dead from the get-go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well in advance. The same thing with Wheel of Time. I mean, I met everybody here because of this show. It's the only good thing to come out of this abomination. And I remember, and I've said this before, when all of the large channels out there said, I was giving super chat saying, look at what Amazon is doing to Wheel of Time. Look at this. And I came up with these articles and I was doing videos. And they're like, nobody knew what Wheel of Time was.
Yep.
Nobody cared what they were doing to Wheel of Time. Nobody cared. And I kept saying this, and everybody else has said it too. Wheel of Time was the test run for the Rings of Power, and it was.
Wow.
And now here we are.
Yep.
What was I going to say?
Terry Metalis?
No. Who?
Yeah, who Metalis? Yeah. So, yeah, Dark Friend, exactly. Yeah, no, but you're absolutely right, Master Stroke. But the problem, and they tried. Look, and that's the thing. They tried. I'm going to say this. They tried with this, but nobody cared about the influencers for this show. They sent them all to London. They gave them all the access, and then they came back with their NDAs, going, "This show is wonderful," and nobody gave a fuck because it's not like what they did with Star Trek. Star Trek was definitely a masterstroke. I mean, look, I'm not going to get into that now, whether people like it or not. Good if you like it, great. But that was a definite. The people they sought out as influencers to spread the word of how good their show was masterful, and I got to give them props for that too. So,
agreed.
So let's see. Strangers with Friends, we have no idea what might be. That's all going to be accepted shit.
I had that thought with God of War, because we brought up God of War.
Yeah,
Do you think they're going to pull the same crap they did with Cleopatra,
Ooh.
where the because Kratos is supposed to be Greek.
with the black Cleopatra.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they're making it a girl instead of a son. I haven't committed a lot of time to it because
So Kratos instead of Kratos.
I don't know. Like in the game, he has a son. I don't know. I hope it's Oprah Winfrey's playing the title character. I hope that's who they put for Kratos. So,
What?
my question to you, Alex, is do you think they're still wearing the spa bathrobes that they did in season 1, or do you think they have legitimate armor in this?
Oh,
Bathrobe it all the way.
Bathrobe it, yeah.
I mean, look at
Even
it.
kind of looks bathrobe-ish on this one. Like you can kind of see the hood.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, will they still have the only one shoulder piece?
It's there. You can see it from here.
Yeah.
Every one of them got fins. Yeah, every single one of them. They're just different
Oh yeah,
colors.
you can see them. Here, I'll zoom.
Yep.
I got,
Every single one of them has that stupid fin. It's just a different color.
This on a freaking rewatch, but
These are the sand
it should be
trooper
on your sword
Oh, wait.
arm.
Guys, get it straight. These are the Sand Trooper White Cloaks. And they have
Yes.
different uniforms and different leadership, okay? Come on.
Oh yeah,
right.
because we gotta hit Hot Dame back in there.
I don't know why we don't have burnished, of course, why would we have burnished breastplates and lances? Like, they're horse cavalry. Why would they have any of that shit? I don't know.
and I do love they got that 90s
Chad haircut.
R&B star hairstyle for the African Americans. Just like I got,
Let's out.
Is that shoulder
I
piece
thought
fanned
for-
out like has
Yes.
spokes to it? So it's a
It's a
little
wheel.
bit different than what.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
goodness!
No,
Yeah,
it's-
no. This is the Sand Trooper troops of the White Cloaks. Okay, I wasn't joking. All right, those were the high command Edmund Valda. Who is not Jacob Carradine at all, or Jacob Carradine at all. He's not him at all. No way.
I still haven't even met him in the books yet.
Yeah, you still haven't met Edmund Valda as the Dragon Reborn. So, oh god. But this is the Sand Trooper version of the White Cloaks.
I don't know why they've got like Belle Biv DeVoe, like those singers with the 90s hairstyle riding. I mean, like, I don't get it. I don't understand any of this. I don't.
So wait a second. If the guy they just announced is Dane, who was the close-up of that they showed in the what I'm talking about? The one that we were all speculating was Dane with the bleached blonde hair. They're different guys.
Well,
Do
there's
they
a
know
dude.
that?
Look at the head of this. There's a guy with blonde hair.
Well, yeah, but they look like different people. Like he had a thing up.
For a second.
But the guy they announced is actually Dane. Looked different than the guy on the sneak peek image. Like you should have like the opening shot of this thing is a close up on the White Cloaks, isn't it? And it's got the close up on the White Cloak guy. I don't know. It's not important.
That's the
It's not
behind the
important.
Don't make me
scenes.
feel bad.
Are they entering Falme? Yes.
They're
Why?
running a train. They're
Who
running a
knows?
train on Falmouth.
What is Rafe Judkins' obsession with cavalry charges into walls?
To nothing. Yeah, to nothing.
This is so dumb.
Yeah. Well, that I still love the coverage you guys
They
had
did
about
Lord
that.
of the Rings as a way to shit on Denethor, like to say there is no way that any rational thinking person would send a cavalry charge up against a wall. And Rafe Judkins now appears to have decided to do it not once but twice.
Well, the best part about the coverage you got on White Cloaks about that part was so fucking funny because you see them give the charge, right? And then they charge, they're like, ah, and then they fucking go into the wall and Jarvin's cap. It's like, why are you giving a battle cry if you're going into a structure? What are you doing? It's the stupidest thing I
a
ever
structure
saw.
that they're going to defend, not attack.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just walking there.
Why? No, but she's
Really, their
right.
shields up.
Why are they going into Falme? You're once again now taking bullshit away. It's like you're missing, because you know why? Because they don't want to have a wide they don't want to have an actual large scale battle, because that's too hard. Because this group of white cloaks, including Jeffrem, wherever the fuck Jeffrem is, should be charging in like fucking Chads and going after goddamn Sean Chan, even though they know they're going to die.
Yep.
But that's the patriarchy.
That's what makes Jeffrem so fucking awesome. He says, we have orders and these are fucking dark friends. We're gonna fucking fight them. So
Yeah.
nut up, fucking pussy child Bayar, you get over here, which was the worst thing Jeffrem Baldwin's ever done, by the way. Child Bayar is an idiot.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to see what happens next with him then.
Oh, sorry. Oh, what about Bayar? Oh, wait, I didn't ruin anything there. You're through.
No, you didn't.
Child Bayar is an idiot, but sorry.
So
But
what
they
color,
can't
what
put
color's
together
all
a
the-
large scale battle. Sorry, Nathan. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm also curious as to what color the weavings are going to be, because they admitted that the weaving didn't turn out how they wanted because of COVID. So are they going to stick with it, or are they going to change it into like
Ooh, that one got
rainbow
Alex.
colors, or just trans flag colors, or yeah.
Yes.
That one got Alex. I saw the head dip. Sorry. The weaving's still gonna look terrible. Sorry.
Oh,
I got one
there's
more.
no way they can't suck.
It's sad, Matt. They've used that picture twice now. Yay.
That's got
He's
the
crying.
energy of the Hunter Biden like meme in a bathtub with crack
You
pipe.
want to know what shit?
Yeah.
You're salty. Can I just show you something? Like
No, dude, it's your show. Tell
So
me to fuck off.
no. So I want you guys to. So I want to bring up this point because I just thought about it now. We sort of have the illusion that we've seen a bit of Matt, right? So like Matt's been in a lot of the promo images and all that shit. He's been in the same fucking bed and in the same clothes for every picture.
Yes.
Now, also the sneak peek that they just used is the same shot, only in
Yeah.
a different angle.
The
Yeah.
flame in the void, guys. Come on, don't you see it?
Like
that's
Matt is not
that's-
going to be in this at all.
That's even those new shots that we got, they were still probably from the same scenes that we just looked at. You know,
Yeah.
I'm really convinced of that. Like, if you go back and look at those pictures, with the exception of Nynaeve pretending to be Martha Stewart, okay, it was essentially everything that was already in the teaser. Why are they not showing other things? It's insane.
Because Amazon, the corporation, Amazon Studios, doesn't care enough about the show. and I'm being 100% serious here.
It's on fire. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Amazon gave them permission. Amazon Studios gave this show permission to use 2 scenes. And it was the 2 scenes that they showed at the cons. It was the Matt in prison scene, which is where they're getting most of these 4. And then they then later on released the Perrin getting captured by the Sean Chan scene. And they just said you can use any stills you want from these 2 scenes.
Okay, so that's why it's the same bed scene. So he spends a whole episode or 2 in bed.
Well, his first scene, I can almost guarantee, will be him in this prison cell on the bed
Crying.
with Leandra interrogating him.
Touching.
But like my mom said, there's no more scenes because they haven't shot any scenes.
I'm still convinced season 3 is coming out first. Still convinced.
Probably out on the black market.
We got a
Season
few
3
months.
in August then, or July.
Well, we
next
did
month?
get a new casting announcement. If you guys hold on, wait for it. We did get a new casting announcement.
God.
Hold on to your butts. This is breaking news, people. Okay, breaking news. Hold on to your
Sector
butts.
number 5.
Okay, so just real quick, we're gonna take a break from your entertainment of choice here, and we have a new casting announcement for. We don't know what he's going to be doing, but he was seen somewhere near the set. He had groceries. They don't know if he was just shopping or not, but he was close, and there is speculation that he is. I'm just being a dick. They don't know what he's gonna do, but
No.
Pedersen is in the fucking Wheel of Time season 3. Who gives a shit? Doing
This
what?
guy
Nobody
might
knows.
have
Maybe
a
he's a
diet.
new Rand.
So if you were going to tell me that this guy was Galad,
I believe that.
Quiet.
he
I'd buy
not
that.
only is he a good-looking guy, he sort of looks like Rand. So
Yep.
if you're going
Yeah.
to tell
Fair.
me these two are half brothers,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
if
I'd
they
actually
make
call
this-
that a fucking good casting if that was Galad. 100%.
I agree.
100%.
But it's not.
No,
We
this
have
is extra
Grandpa.
5 on the right.
Yeah, what
Spoilers, Nerdporial. Spoilers, by the way, Nerdporial on that comment. So
He missed
yeah.
it. Did
Oh
you hear
shit!
it? I don't think he heard it. Did you hear it? He's muted now.
Wait, has that been ruined or not?
Yeah.
We kind of did. That's
kind of
okay.
did.
God,
No,
dang.
the show ruined it.
No.
Well, yeah, this is come on.
Yeah, the show did ruin it. You're right, but
Yeah,
you
okay,
have to
I'm
sort of
good.
be eagle-eyed. You're good.
Nerdporial, I retract my apology.
It's a minor one. Even if you did, but yeah. Okay, so back to your scheduled
I
program.
like how there's like a send tips to.
Oh, hold on. I'll bring it back up. Hold on. I'll bring
Oh
it back
my
up for you. I'm
God.
sorry, I didn't know you were talking.
We
We're gonna talk about this.
We
Bring it up.
definitely need to do something with that.
All right, here we go. This part. So send send tips. Is that what you're talking about? Right here on the side here.
Tips, you know?
Like pretending for a minute that this isn't just regularly scheduled press releases, it would be hilarious for all of us to pick like a random E-list actor on IMDb and send a bunch of tips to this webpage. Like, I mean,
Well, that's why I say it's like well, here, you want to see the other the other latest article? Here's the other one. She's been seen wandering around the set.
That's season 3. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
season 3.
Yeah.
season 3 film.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
send that this
And
morning.
this is the second time she's been announced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be Cadzawain. So we're gonna stop there because Memorial doesn't know who Cadzawain is, but thank God we get her 12 books early. Well, not 12, but I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, what is she doing?
7.
in that?
Regardless, way too early.
Way too early. And it's gonna like, how do you have Cadzawain and Moraine in the same fucking show? Just saying. All right, we're gonna leave it there. Sorry, back to sorry. You can't. That's why.
What's the point? I mean, like, Rand hasn't done anything, so how is she going to help him?
She's cooler than. She could probably pull it off. She's got the voice. Oh, sorry. That's me. All right. Oof. All right. Sorry. So we don't know the last 2 episode names, do we? Do we have any idea? I know the ones. The Indian website says it's called Horses, so it's going to be a Pip's episode. But I know there's rumor that the grave shall not be, or whatever, you know, the Horn of Valier saying the grave blah 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 blah.
We have not talked
Holds no
about
bars no wait till my call, whatever. Sorry.
we have not talked about Avienda.
It would be
At
a good Gallon staple. Sorry. We have not.
Because we got stills of Avienda, not Avienda, the short little chick from Cocaine Bear, who is standing next to Perrin with his mouth open with her Halloween store plastic spears. And again,
She's
this
grabbing
seems-
herself.
yeah, this all seems to be happening in the same place with the Senchan. Okay, so again, what story are they telling? How can we possibly piece any of this shit together? I don't understand. I mean, it's, I think, at the top. Yeah,
There it is.
yeah,
There it is.
Oof.
that's
Well, I know
discount. That's discount Lenny Kravitz cosplay right there.
Well,
for
again,
Perrin.
I think this is one that Trip braved the Dusty Wheel to find out this is supposed to be in episode 8, right?
Let me see.
I think that's
That's
what
right.
Trip said.
Ahmad points out the fact that she does look like she doesn't actually have a spear. It looks like it's CG. Just about every picture here, she's reaching into her blouse with her right arm, and the spear. They're trying to make it look like they're throwing a spear that isn't there, and she's really going for.
That looks like a dagger. That doesn't look like a spear.
Once you see it, looks like. Once
I mean,
you
there's
see it,
like
looks
the
like her
second one
arm is
above
in
her
there.
head. Like, what does she have in her hand? How did she even get those off her back? Make this.
No,
make
she's
sense.
not actually reaching behind her. It is going into her vest. There's something behind her that's jutting out.
Yeah. She's it's the uncanny valley. We're seeing something that isn't there. It's She's
Yeah,
adjusting
so
her
so if you look closely, you can see her arm under the leather jerkin. The spear is falling off her back. I think. I don't know. I mean, or she's just throwing it. I don't know. It's a very weird photo. It's like it's a duck, right? I mean, I see a duck. You see a freaking submarine. It's such a weird shot. Oh
Yeah.
yep. Gallant is being very useful, or yeah, Perrin is standing around, no weapon at all, with
No.
his long ass sleeves,
With his mouth open. With his mouth open yet again.
watching. Oh my god!
He reminds me of like Talladega Nights on Ricky Bobby's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
He's just standing there, like I just can't look away from Messima in the background there, scowling. The big scowl of like I hope that's his permanent face for the whole freaking show. Him just scowling.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. The buckler is on the back. We closed up it before.
Yeah.
It looks
Yep.
completely made of plastic. You can see
Yeah,
the plastic seam through it. It's horrible.
Yeah, I zoomed in on that. You can see the seam.
Yeah, you can see it looks terrible.
It looks like a cover to a recycling trash can you'd keep on your kitchen counter.
It's
Spray painted.
so good. It's great. Like the spears themselves look plastic, but that's not what we're talking about. We're Avienda Avienda Reporeal, Reporeal,
Not Vienda.
Reporeal. Nor why is Avienda with Perrin? Can you shed some light on that for me?
Because when shows are super racist, they do this thing where they put the black people together in one plot and the white people together in another plot.
I thought they were chasing a cocaine bear. She just changed.
I forgot you were asking me something.
I just wanted to.
Oh, for real,
sorry,
think
you
about this.
tuned
They
out.
put
I wanted to know.
Loyal, Avienda,
Yeah,
and all the Sean in one plot.
and Messima.
Yes.
He acts black, right? Oh, sorry. No, I wanted. No, you're right though. You're right. I'm just being a dick. You're 100% right. I mean, they all can't be. Well, I guess they could, but man, I'm being racist. What can I say? I wanted to know your take on why Avienda is standing in Falme with Perrin.
To fuck
Maybe Perrin or Nynaeve is the one that will bring the dawn.
Perrin now?
My thing was like, I thought that Avienda would get Calendar and give it to Rand.
Oh.
What's Calendar?
Wait, Lady B might be onto something. That Aiel already got it.
Yeah.
And
Oh
if
my God.
they
For him.
I think you're right.
So
I
he
think
can't
there's
have
just-
the agency to like get it for himself.
Yeah.
He has to give it to
I
him.
See,
think you might be
Norporio,
right.
They don't need to
Norporio
go
had
to
a great
tier.
theory. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead. What, Nathan? I'm sorry, say it
They
again.
don't need to go to tier.
No, so
'Cause they-
Norporio had a great theory. I liked it anyways. He thinks that Calendar, sort of like the Horn of Valir, is going to be stuffed under a chair, under some rocks somewhere.
It's probably true.
And they're just going to find it. They're going to dig it up and be like, here! Here is a sword, sir.
Maybe it's hidden
Yeah,
up
Trip had a bad idea. Like they're combining Fael with Avienda.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
May-
that's
maybe-
happening, yeah.
Maybe it's hidden up Rafe Judkin's ass, and Rand's gonna
Oh, yeah.
have to reach in there and dig it out.
Yeah, no,
that's
I
gonna
think-
be
I
like
think
3 episodes
so-
searching there.
So I think Trip is absolutely right. I think we're going to have Fail Avienda, and we're going to have Elias Hurin, which is less egregious but still horrible because Hurin is awesome. And I like what you guys are saying about Calendar, but I still think Calendar is not going to exist. I think Calendar poses a problem for
I
them.
could see that happening too.
I don't think Calendar is going to even be mentioned or a thing. I think Calendar and the Stone of Tyr will both be erased. They will make like the Stone of Falme a big deal or some bullshit, or Falme Castle. Sorry, go ahead, Nathan.
Oh my
I could buy
god.
that.
Honestly, the more that they leave out of this show from the books, the better it is, because that means that's less for them to fucking ruin.
Well, it's they've only used the names. They don't go to half the places. They don't do 95% of the things that are in the story.
It'll be the Fortress of Falmey or some bullshit. The fortress at Falmey has never fallen. And Pat and Fane will be hiding in there or something. And because we saw Pat and Fane meeting up with the Sean Chan, and that's why Perrin's there. And and they're working on Calendar.
Calendar is going to be a butter knife.
Yeah, Calendar. They're going to mention Calendar, and it's just going to be the name of one of their swords. It's like, I named this baby back in the Trolloc Wars. I killed many a Trolloc with this. It's called Calendar, and then it'll be like, what the fuck?
I think Dave Z, dude, hit on something, and I think it's one of the reasons they're not showing us a lot of the season.
Ooh, I missed it.
There it is. Remember, gang, you can't have trans women Aes Sedai with a gendered one power, which is why they didn't put the male and female sides of the source in season 1. And I think you're right about that. I think you're 100% right.
Well, and that's not to, I don't want to do any spoilers, but that's also why Calendar is a problem. Calendar is a problem.
Agreed. We talked about that offline.
Yep. Calendar is a problem. So instead of doing something to fix it, they have just erased. They have erased the Dragon Reborn storyline. They're not telling it. They've erased it. It's gone. The only reason they're saying they're doing the Dragon Reborn is to get Rand the fuck out of the show for 6 episodes, so they can go, oh, Rand is hiding, and then he'll come back at the end. That's it. That's the only reason they're saying they're doing it, because you go, well, you know, most of Dragon Reborn, Rand's not even in it, so we're telling the story of Dragon Reborn, blah, 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 blah. So they can send him off into wherever the fuck he's going to be, and then he's going to show up in Carhian, and Noreen's going to be like, Rand, you're a fucking idiot. You got to go to Falmey, because that's where the Horn of Valir is. And it'll be like, oh, shit. And then they'll, talk to the psychiatrist in the ways, and they'll be like, I shall take you. I am Mashin Shin. I am a taxi. Pay me in dollar bills. And Mashin Shin will guide them through the ways, and they'll go. And Rand could possibly have the least amount of screen time. I'm very curious what you guys think of screen time. But I think Rand is going to have probably the least amount of screen time of any character in this show this season. I think Avienda is going to have more screen time than Rand.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So,
well, they're going to do the Scooby-Doo thing. They're going to divide everybody up, but not the way it is in the books. And I mean, it's just, again, it's going to be, how can we just create bullshit drama where nothing really happens? Because they did it with Egwene and Perrin in season 1. They did it with Matt and Rand. They completely ignored the storyline and made up. Remember that crazy bitch who was a dark friend who got stabbed in the back and all that
Dina?
shit? Like, yeah. I mean, so all of this, I mean, again, we are blessed and cursed by being incapable of separating the story from the title of the book. And so whatever they're going to do, I think it's going to be orders of magnitude worse than we could possibly imagine. Really.
Well, I mean, they said it already.
It's the only reasonable conclusion. Whatever you think is going to happen, it's only going to be worse.
Well, they said it, right? Gird your loins. Season 1 is dead. Strap in. It's going to get worse. But it'll be okay for season 3 of The Shadow Rising.
Did you say strap in or strap on?
Oh. Staplebo says, what do you think the odds are Matt gets his quarterstaff fight? I think there's zero.
Zero.
It's going to be Nynaeve. That's my prediction.
Nynaeve is going to have that fight. 100%.
Wayne and Transgalon.
I'm predicting it's going to be Matt and Nynaeve together.
Maybe.
With Nynaeve doing most of the work.
Nynaeve showing Matt how it's done.
That's it.
Maybe. If Matt's involved, yes. But I don't think Matt's going to be involved. I think it's going to be all Nynaeve. It's going to be all Nynaeve with a sword. Holy shit. Yeah. Nynaeve. And there's no way he picks up a quarterstaff. Even if he gets in the fight, it's not going to be a staff. It'll be he'll pick up a spear off the ground and be like, Nynaeve's in trouble. And then he gets his butt kicked. Yeah. There'll just be a distraction while Nynaeve yells and puts a healer bubble around herself and defensive shields and shit. And yeah, and then she'll cheat and use the 1 power to beat him, but she'll beat him. Yep. Yeah, 0%. No way. At least not in the iteration we know and hope for. It's one of the best scenes in the, like, I'm sorry, I don't know what Nerporo thinks so far, but that's one of my favorite scenes in the whole fucking series is that scene with Matt and the boys and the brothers.
I love this comment right here. His dad couldn't even have taught him since Abel is a piece of shit in the show.
There it is.
God.
True. It's true. He's a drunk and a womanizer. Yeah,
100%.
And what did I learn in my breed so far? That Abel pretty much does what his wife wants to do, and he's undefeated in quarterstaff, except maybe once or twice against Hamel Thor. So he's the one that taught Matt how to fight.
Yeah,
fight effectively. So
yeah, it's another turning of the wheel, though, Brian. It's another turning of the wheel.
Yeah, that's what they said in that's what they said in the comments when somebody said they didn't like what they were seeing. They said they wanted to like it, and they actually responded to the person, which I was surprised. But that's what they said was this is a different wheel. If you're gonna go in expecting the books, you're gonna be disappointed. Well, yeah, but adaptation. You want it has to resemble where it came from. If not, then make it, call it something else. Do what Kurosawa did. Call it Throne of Blood. And make it based off of a Shakespeare play. Change it, do whatever you want with it, change it. But if you're going to do a first adaptation, it should be as faithful as you can possibly can. Once again, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's funny because it's not just this show. Obviously, look at The Witcher. Why is The Witcher up shit creek? Well, besides losing Henry Cavill, the root cause of why Henry Cavill left was because they hated the fucking source material and were making up dumb shit just like this show. What's wrong with the Rings of Power? Well, they're making up dumb shit that's not Tolkien. House of the Dragon, again, we've said this before, was a mediocre to pretty good once in a while show, and it was the best thing to come out of 2022, which was the year of fantasy. Why? Because it was close. It was the world. It was the characters. It was what George R.R. Martin wrote.
Sort of.
This is not. Well, okay. I know. Okay.
I wanted to argue it now. This is it.
I never watched the Game of Thrones show on HBO. I only read the books. So, I mean, to me, it was my first time watching the Game of Thrones world. And to me, I was like, okay, well, this captures it pretty well. So I'm a noob, a normie when it comes to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it was like mediocre at best. So I'm just like,
yeah.
I think that's fair.
No, I agree. Fair. I remember your comments, Lady B. I mean, and you were on fire, and you're allowed to do that because the thing is you're right.
So real quick, I think we've been going for a while. I think it's time to sort of wrap it up. Say last words here. I do just before we get out. I am curious because I would like to know because just what before you guys each if you got, has anybody got anything to plug real quick? Because if they do, you can.
Of course I do. I always do.
I am curious what you guys think screen time for each character is going to be, and then we'll get out of here because we've been going for a while. So I am curious for the big three. The big three, obviously, we know is not Egwene, Nynaeve, and Aviendha. The big three is Perrin, Matt, and Rand, Moraine, Lan, and then the three girls. What do we think screen time is going to be? Nerporio, what do you think? Who do you think's most to least? That's what we'll do. Who's going to have the most screen time to the least amount of screen time?
I think of the three, Perrin's going to have the most.
Okay.
Then probably Matt, the new actor, and then Rand.
Okay. Now them compare. So you think they're going to have any more than the girls, or you think they're all going to be down below them?
They're going to be like the three of them. They're probably going to be like 30%.
Okay.
Or if I feel I'm kind of I'm being generous.
So just real quick. So what I think Rand's going to be the bottom. 100% Rand's going to have the least amount of screen time. Matt comes in right behind him. I think then you're going to have Lan in third. Lan's barely going to get any screen time because he's not with Nynaeve. Then you're going to get, let's see here. Because Perrin's going to be with Aviendha. So I think it's actually I can't believe I'm saying this, but Moraine, then Perrin, Aviendha, Nynaeve, Egwene. I think Egwene's going to have the I think Egwene's gonna have the most screen time because it's his favorite character. That's where I think we're gonna lie. I think Rand's gonna have the least. Egwene's gonna have the most.
I agree. I can see that.
So as a frame of reference, I've pulled it up.
Okay.
In season 1, Moraine was number 1 with 12.4% of the time.
Was she? I thought so, well, Rand's right behind her somehow, isn't she? Isn't he?
Rand was number 2 with 11.7. Egwene is
Unbelievable.
number 3 with 10.2.
Was 95% of that 11% him just standing around the background?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. I'd like to see how they distribute it.
Well, it's like I remember reading that. And I'm like, how? I don't remember him at all.
So, okay, so keep in mind what I said about the how there's basically a 0.7% difference in actual screen time.
Uh-huh.
When it comes to speaking time distribution,
Oh, here we go.
Moraine has 17.9% of the dialogue. Rand
Yeah,
only
that's-
has 9.7.
That explains everything.
That's
That
still
explains
super
everything.
high.
Rand is in a lot of scenes saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe 9% still seems high for him, but yeah,
It
it's a
does.
big difference. Double. It's almost double, right?
Yep,
I mean,
and
good
it's
lord.
also really interesting to note that Rand's words per sentence is like tiny. He averages like 4 words per sentence because he's mainly asking, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And then Moraine answers what that is.
Yep.
Landfear masquerading as Surath. Oh my god.
Why would Lanfear be masquerading as Surath if Surath is talking to Ishi?
What?
Why are they calling him the Dark One?
Why would that? Like, she just hatched. Why does that make any sense? So they just kill Suroth and whatever. Why? Nothing makes sense. It doesn't matter.
So if I was,
Oh,
gonna
that's right.
predict-
Thumb brings up a very good point. That gives 9% to Egwene because 75% of Rand's dialogue is talking about Egwene. That is
We should
100%
put the
correct.
test as a reverse Bechtel test.
I've actually looked at this. Depending on your definition of the Bechtel test, 2 episodes pass the reverse Bechtel test.
Oh my god. So,
It's super depressing.
oh,
I'm gonna
well, so-
say Moraine
okay.
is 1, Egwene is 2, Rand is 3.
Okay. Think Rand's gonna have that much screen time, huh?
I do. I think he's gonna be a very sad boy.
Okay.
So he's not going to need to act.
I love that. I love that. Okay. So what do you think, top 3, Lady B? You have the same spot as Alex?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I think it'll be like Moraine, Egwene, and maybe Rand and Nynaeve about the same.
Fair enough. Salty?
Very
Got any
clear,
thoughts?
like very
Oh, sorry.
who's the main character in the show.
Yeah, I guess they have made it clear it's Moraine, right? Yeah, that's true.
Rafe Judkins said that we know Moiraine really isn't in the second or third book, but could you imagine sidelighting such an incredible actress
Yep, I could. I'm
as
sorry.
I can't even remember her fucking name because
Rosamund Pike.
Rosamund Pike.
He's not that
Yeah.
great. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's going to be Rosamund Pike. I think she's going to have the majority of the scenes. I think it'll be Nynaeve and Egwene, and then I think after that it will be Perrin, and then it's going to be a mishmash below that.
Yep, I think that's fair. Okay, cool. We're getting a lot of different answers. I love it. It's great. Nate, what do you think?
Yeah, it's easily Moraine. She's going to run away with the numbers as usual because of that exact same
Which,
quote that I was
God,
thinking of.
doomed.
That Salty
Like,
said.
How does she
And-
get the most time in a Great Hunt Dragon Reborn show? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Because Rafe wrote it, that's why.
Fuck. Go ahead. Sorry,
You
man.
saw the video I'm working
I
on.
know.
You know
I know.
why.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
After that, it's going to be, I think it's probably going to be close between Nynaeve and Egwene since they'll probably share a lot of time since they'll both be at the tower, I think.
And we have Avienda and Elaine to throw in there too, so
Oh
Yeah.
shit! I forgot to. Oh man,
they'll
Well,
probably kick down Matt and Perrin. Like,
Avienda might pass Rand immediately.
Yeah.
She's brown, ugly
Oh.
Avienda woman.
Avian is going to have a shitload of screen time, so
Yeah.
Perrin's going to
Yeah.
Perrin's going to lead the boys in terms of screen time because
Yep,
he's coupled
agreed.
with her.
Yep.
Yeah.
In terms of the princess, she's a literal ginger, so they'll dock her points for that.
Oh,
so she'll
Elaine?
be
Elaine.
yeah.
I
Elaine.
forgot
She'll
she's
be
even in it. Yeah.
she'll be less than Perrin. The bottom
Yeah.
two are without a doubt going to be Matt and Rand. I think
Agreed.
because we don't know what the hell Rand is doing and where he's going. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the least, but I think Matt's going to be the least on the screen, just because they've literally shown 2 pictures of him that are in different places that I've seen.
Yeah.
You know, you have the 2 videos where he's in the same room, but there's another picture that I've seen of him or somewhere else, but that's been completely it. So I think Matt's on the bottom.
So real quick, just thumb asked, raw time in the tower. Maybe
Half an
maybe an
episode.
maybe an episode and a half. Maybe
half an episode.
think half an episode. Yeah.
That's it.
Ooh,
Tops.
they'll waste more time
Oh,
in the tower.
I disagree. There'll be a lot
they're-
of Gwen and Nynaeve in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
think?
I
I mean, yeah.
I think potentially 3 episodes in the tower just
It could
because
be.
they want to cover the fucking bullshit
they
politics.
want all the politics.
You
yeah,
think
yeah,
they're gonna get into that though?
Oh,
I mean, like,
absolutely.
because I can
Yeah.
see what you're saying. I just don't think they're smart enough to do it.
Yeah,
you know?
well, they won't do, if they don't do that, they will definitely do it with Carrion scenes. That much is
Okay.
for sure. So they might
Okay.
get their politics fix with Carrion
yeah, maybe.
and Maureen. So,
But they
so
love
you
it.
could
They
be
love
right on that.
their tower politics and Leandrin.
Yeah.
Leandrin's got look. We have to explore Leandrin's dark past. Don't forget. Okay.
Yeah.
We have to do that.
Oh,
so.
absolutely.
Straight shame.
Oh man. Who knows? Who knows? I forgot Elaine's even in it. Like, I forgot Elaine's even in it. And then just real
You
quick.
guys think Tredsgalad will have more screen time than Matt?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
If it's actually confirmed Transgalad, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So real quick,
Yeah,
I
that-
ended
that-
the.
especially if it's that's why they'll probably
Oh, yeah.
dedicate a whole episode to his non-existent penis that's been filleted.
Oh god.
Wow.
I ended the poll. Which scene is more cringe? Wow! A bit my surprise. The land nipple twist got 68%. Anything with stepping outclassed the foot scene with 17%. And the foot
I
scene
mean, the foot
from
scene was awful, but there was like a point to it. Like,
Yeah,
what
you
was
were
the
fulf-
whole like Max
Yeah.
like step
You're
in
fulfilled-
like
yeah.
episode about?
yeah, you're
Also-
supposed to feel icky at
this-
the foot scene, right?
Yeah, just
Right.
also as somebody who's been on the internet, you never know who the feet people are.
All right, guys.
Tarantino.
Yeah.
Tarantino could be watching this live stream.
Oh,
Alex
boy,
has a
boy.
point. Yeah.
But,
All right,
isn't
well-
it interesting though that you have those 2 shows, and the 2 most memorable scenes from both of those shows are freaking cringe scenes, like we just talked about.
Oh, I disagree. The most memorable scene of House of the Dragon was
That's-
Oh, yeah. The jerk off
Varys.
scene.
Well, I was going to say Varys limping up the aisle to sit in the throne.
Oh.
Yeah, there was.
See, I had to
Oh,
be
the
reminded
5,000
of that.
miscarriages.
That's true. Sorry,
Oh, man.
Alex. I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna go for the footy thing, but
No.
yeah.
Oh god. All right. So we're wrapping it up. Thank you guys for being here. Napori, you said you had something to plug. I don't know if anybody else has, but if you do,
I do.
we'll
I
get
do.
to it.
I
Go ahead.
do. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't
Well,
be forever.
I
man.
I'm reading this
Quick.
book for the first time. I'm sure none of you have ever heard of it. It's called The Dragon Reborn. It's the 3rd book in this series called The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. And you know, I'm actually in the I've got 5 chapters left. I want to hopefully I can finish it tonight. So I can't wait to see because shit's really going down. But
Oh,
the reason
yeah.
why I'm saying this is because I've been doing book streams for the Wheel of Time during my reads, and you know, Nathan, Steve, Alex has been on. Salty's going to guest. He's been on. Everybody's been on. Everybody here is guested on my stream. So yeah, my channel's called Nerdporial Lifeform. Nerdverin is just a name I came up with just because, you know, decided to be creative, you know, and everybody here is part of my Nerdverin, if you know what I mean. So
No
everybody's
gay
important.
stuff. No gay stuff though.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be I've been covering Wheel of Time streams every so often. So the final one for the Dragon Reborn, covering chapters 45 through 56, will be this Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Central. So that's one thing I'm doing, and then of course my next major video project is a retrospective on 2001: A Space Odyssey. So I'm diving into that. I'm deep diving into that too. So those are my two big things that I want to promote. So
nice. Well, thank you, sir. Thanks for being here as always and helping mod and all that stuff. I appreciate you. Alex and Lady B, you guys are gonna do a video, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Well, we have this parent video that is absolutely going to get finished.
Dude, it's gonna
I
be
brought
the
my
best video ever.
microphone with, like, I'm out here so we can re-record the audio, and it will come out at some point in time. We're also thinking of doing a Land Fear video. I want to do my own videos about, like, trying to be serious based on, like, the episodes and the pictures that we have, and try to actually suss out what an actual plot might be for this absolute dumpster fire. So
yeah, who knows?
I was thinking of that.
Who knows? But that'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. So Salty, thank you both for being here. I know you're not feeling good, so thank you. I
Thanks.
hope
Yeah, sorry, been a little quiet.
oh no, you guys have been great. Thank you very, very much. I hope you feel better soon. So
Thank you, guys.
Salty, anything going on?
I just want to say thank you to the mods. Thank you to Magitech Mags, who's been dropping all of our links in chat tonight. She's always so supportive of all of us. Cheers to you. Also to Aldan. Aldan, hit me on Twitter. I want to get your reaction to something. But other than that, this has been a great conversation. We are not an echo chamber, and I like that we have very different opinions. We're approaching this as fans of the source material first. And I don't know. It's so weird that we're sitting here after almost 2 years talking about this show, because the last thing we got was Egwene and Nynaeve in the resurrection scene in Rand walking off like it was the Fellowship of the Rings.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I don't know. But thanks for having me on, Steve.
Yeah, man, of course. Thank you. Nate, anything going on? Or just doing your thing, brother?
Oh, well, I'm doing my thing, but I'm doing reading Lord of the Rings with the White Cloaks on Saturday.
Book club too.
And then on there with Nerdporeal, like you mentioned, on Sunday night. So it's I got to get some reading going fast. So, but it was just good to be on a stream with all of you. It's been way too long since I've been on stream with this guy down here.
Yeah, you're always big time in me. You're hanging out with those Hollywood people now because you've made the big time there, Nathan.
My kids aren't in Hollywood.
I do have your kids' art up behind me though, so
that is true. That is true. But yeah, no, it was good times. I really appreciate having the time to go with you guys. So it was good seeing everyone.
Yeah, well, thank you again. It was a lot of fun. You know what? We're gonna if we all know we're in this together, right? We all know this is going to be horrible, and you know, we got to call it out, and we only got each other to get through it. And I've met some of the best people because of this, so I'm gonna take that as a win. We know this shit is going to be bad, and we're gonna call it out, keep calling it out. And like I said, the Wheel of Time news cycle is turning up, right? So you're gonna get a lot more content from me on this because I'm not gonna let it go.
I can tell you that this series, season 1, has not affected my read of Robert Jordan's series. Like, I do not picture any of the characters or the places the way that the show did.
Yeah.
I picture the way Robert Jordan's beautifully and sometimes very frustratingly for me, especially when I fall asleep with my Kindle falling on my face, reading the purple prose parts of his of his first. In a string of chapters, but that's just me.
Trip. We only got to 33. He said 50. We didn't get to 50. No mail package stay in the box.
I'll learn that lesson. It'll be 2 next time.
If there is one thing that all of our reviews do, because people say we're rage baiters and we're only doing this for the clicks, and it's like, for me, I started doing this because I genuinely felt this way about the show and couldn't believe they were doing it. But the one accomplishment was so many people who started to read the books, like I believe Jaden Hamilton, the Aussie brothers, Sam and Nick McCabe picked up the book and started reading it. So many other people on YouTube, because they were watching us, all of us here, decided to read the books, and we're like, oh my God, Nerdporeal's one of them. And it's like, there's no hierarchy of like, well, this is my fandom and this is my Robert Jordan and you have to prove shit. We don't fucking do that here. Like, you enjoy this? Cool. Let's talk about how cool it is, And so that's the other blessing, other than getting to meet all you wonderful people and people in chat and everything, is getting other people and turning on to why we love this shit the way that we do.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed doing these Wheel of Time streams. You guys here have been cheering me on as I'm reading this, and it's been a lot of fun. Doing the streams, having fun, and me reading it and saying, "Oh shit, this is going on? Oh boy," and then of course paying attention to things and me, thinking, "Oh, this person must be this or this person must be that." Especially especially getting to the end of the Dragon Reborn, where I think certain people are certain things. If you haven't read it, I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, like for instance, Forsaken. Like I'm theorizing who's a Forsaken in this book.
There you go. He's right there in chat. All right. Well, thank you all. And more to come. Much more to come. Stay tuned. And funny you said rant because there might be one tomorrow. But So on the way out, hey, head on over to Zach7. He's streaming right now. Give that bad boy a like and tell him we sent you, and pump that guy up. He's a good guy. He's a good friend of the channel. Good guy. Wheel of Time show hater as well. And Zach7, hit him up. Go give him a like and show him some support too. He's a good man. So thank you very much. Oh, on the way out, Magitex dropping Mags is dropping a $5 across fandoms. We stand together. Fandom is friendship and family. Thank you very much, Mags.
So say we all
so much.
So say we all.
All right, good night, everybody. Go
Memorial.
Ty Sharman, Etherin.
All hail the Lord Dragon. What are you talking about? Go over to Zach7. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ty Sharman.